Right, welcome Senator fans to another night of Senator football on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us tonight. I am Steve Henson, and joining me on the call tonight will be my buddy Akemian Parks. Akemian, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. It's nice to be here. Ready to see some football tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to be on. It's the first time we've been on the headsets together. So Chris had to go on a little business trip, you know, that thing that pays his real bills. So we're going to knock it out. We've got Destin Davis tonight on our production, my wife Kristen Henson on our main cam, and my buddy Tyler Chenault will be the third member of our crew playing spotter and man behind me, and he'll throw some of his wisdom our way from time to time. Most of you guys who have watched Robinson Sports Network know who Tyler Chenault is, as he was a big part of our broadcast last season. So excited to have Tyler here with us as well. But this should be a good one. Vilonia's this year is in a bit of a struggle. I think they come into this game 0-5 on the year. Let me get back over here to their schedule. But, winless on the year, losses to Hot Springs, Greenbrier. Now in conference play, they lost to Morrilton and then lost to Pine Bluff 35-6. And so big ball game here tonight. Obviously a lot on the horizon for Robinson as we look ahead. You go back to last night. Thursday night game between Mills and Maumelle, a big ball game for the 5A Central. Maumelle comes out of there with a huge upset to knock off the previously unbeaten Mills Comets. And so that sets up a huge game for next week. Obviously, you can't start looking ahead if you're Robinson. You got to take care of business here. But suddenly, if you look, you've got Maumelle on the horizon. Mills is still technically on the horizon as well, which will be a tough game, and then Pine Bluff as well. So you got to take care of the games you feel like you can take care of, and this is one of those for Robinson.
Yeah, I believe so. I know Vilonia hasn't won any games so far this year, but I think from what I've seen, the scores, they play pretty hard games. The team, it seems like the team has a lot of heart. So I'm looking to see if they'll come out here and play hard again tonight. But hopefully Robinson walks out of here with a win again. You look at the 5A standings right now as we look across the Central. Pine Bluff leads the way at 3-0, 4-1. They've got BB tonight. It should be a game that Pine Bluff should handle. Pine Bluff came here and had some issues with this team early, this Vilonia team. I think they had to score 21 points defensively, which has kind of been the MO for Pine Bluff this year. They're very opportunistic on the defensive side of the ball, and so that was not a huge surprise, but it goes back to show just how much this Vilonia team has struggled offensively. Yeah.
And so in the 5A, you look at the Central, of course, Pine Bluff at 3-0, 4-1 overall. Robinson 2-0, 3-1. And now Mills falls to 3-1, 5-1, all the way down to the 3 spot. And Morrilton holds on to that 4 spot right now, 2-1 and 3-2. So the 5A Central is really starting to kind of take shape as we go through the season. It's exactly what we would expect, though. The top is there. Pine Bluff, Robinson, Mills, and then you kind of look and see who's going to sit in that 4 spot. And again, Maumelle getting that win last night's huge. They're still behind the 8 ball a little bit with losses to Pine Bluff and Whitehall to open conference play. Morrilton's played really well, so it's going to be interesting to see how this back half of the season plays out.
Yeah, it is. I want to see what Whitehall is going to do as well. Mm-hmm. I seen them playing a couple teams pretty hard. I believe that was Mills that they played really close to a couple of weeks ago, so I think that's another team that people need to be on the lookout for as the season goes on.
And you look at that Whitehall team, and obviously they've got a lot to play for between Reddix, who passed away in the incident earlier in the summer, and then, of course, Ryan Mallett passing away over the summer. They've got a lot to play for, so it's been really interesting to watch how well they've kind of gelled together. And you go back to that Mills game, and they're going to feel like they gave one away there. Up 11 with 5 minutes to go in that game. Mills comes back with the touchdown with 12 seconds to go in the ballgame to win it. Just a huge win for Mills in that game. But to your point, that's what's setting up that bottom section, those 3-4, really the 4 seed. And that's going to be a battle. Robinson should be pretty set in that 1, 2, or 3 spot when it's all said and done. This will be my first time since the benefit game to get to call a Robinson game. And I guess the story really of the season for Robinson's been penalties. They've really hurt themselves with bad, untimely penalties throughout the year. I think Quentin Murphy's really still trying to get into his groove in a passing game. And so those two things, we'll see if they can clean those up. This is the type of game, even though you're on the road in what will be somewhat of a hostile environment, obviously youth night for Vilonia, so they've got all the kids here. This place will get rowdy. Yeah. Obviously, I've been here a lot. I'm probably not the favorite person for a lot of Vilonia people. We've had our moments up here in Vilonia, but I always enjoy coming up here and calling a game. We're always treated well, at least with a great press box set up. And we will have a low camera angle. Hopefully we get nobody in front of us, but our camera is out in the stands. So just kind of deal with that. But next week we're going to have some fun. I know you guys got to play with the drone a little bit last week. We tested it a little more, figured out some things with it last night in the Mills game. And if you got a chance to watch the Maumelle Sports Network last night, some of our angles were absolutely incredible. And we're going to bring that next week to the Robinson broadcast. So we're going to have a lot of fun, hopefully have a field level cam as well. So we're looking forward to that. But not to look ahead. This is a big one right here tonight.
We got to take care of business tonight.
We've got our captains out on the field. That looks like that's going to be big number 65. That's DeLorean Knox. Number 76, I believe that is Nick Billups. And number 63, Lucas Chance. So that'll be your captains for tonight's game. We do not have a roster for Vilonia, so we're working off of what we got off SB Live. It looks like Vilonia will receive the kickoff to start things off. And so we are just about ready for kickoff here from Vilonia.
Eagle fans, Vilonia High School cheerleaders are offering a 50-50 for a fundraiser tonight. Charity for that is $1. You can
All right, so I know you guys are going to miss our buddy Chris Goodman. Hopefully Chris is tuned in. We'll check the comments here in a little bit. You can have that. And we'll be hopefully I'll make Chris, proud taking over his job here tonight. So actually, we joked last night that after the Arkansas LSU game, I think he got into on social media and started talking like go LSU.
Tigers. Yeah, I saw that too.
So technically, the truth is that Chris is suspended for tonight's game for being an LSU fan. That's really what happened. So we're waiting. I think we're still waiting Vilonia to make their way even onto the field here. We've still got about 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go before we get to our kickoff.
Yeah, so walking in, I heard that crowd. It's already rocking out here tonight.
And it's at this point, which I'm sure they've got a late arriving with all the kids over here, but it's normally a really packed house. And Vilonia really supports their programs really well up here. And it's a lot of fun. Obviously, like I said, I've got a lot of experience between, Maumelle and Vilonia have been a nice little rivalry over the years. And then, of course, come basketball season, we're all in the same conference. So we get to see these guys twice a year. And so it is a lot of fun getting to do business with the Eagles on a regular basis. I'm going to jump over to the Fearless Friday scoreboard, and we'll talk about a couple of games going on around the state. Obviously, we talked about the big one last night in PCSSD with Mills and Maumelle. Maumelle coming out on top. Sylvan Hills travels down to Sheridan tonight. That game should get going here in the next 4 minutes or so as well. And that'll be interesting. I was talking with Coach Tipton on the way up here, and I know they've struggled this year at Sylvan Hills. Yet to win a game. They've really struggled to even score points, and so it's going to be interesting. Sheridan can score. Now, they don't play a lot of defense, but Sheridan can score, and I think that's the big concern is whether or not Sylvan Hills can put up enough points. So that's our other PCSSD Sports Network game of the night, and so you guys get a chance, peek over there and take a look at that game as they get going throughout the night as well. And then as we look across the state in 7A, Jonesboro travels to Bryant, as Bryant continues to try to get back in the winning ways after that loss against Parkview a couple of weeks ago. Little Rock Southwest travels to Cabot. Little Rock Central heads up to Northside. And then Conway battles North Little Rock. And I'm going to get down into some of the 5A matchups just so we'll take a look at what we've got going on here. As, of course, in the 5A Central, Pine Bluff travels to BB. And we'll see how that one goes. I know BB's had a bit of a struggle this year as well, so that one should be an interesting one. And then Morrilton travels to Watson Chapel. Again, Morrilton sits right now in the 4 seed in the 5A Central. Should be able to handle business against Watson Chapel. Again, a team that struggled, and really when you look at the struggles of Watson Chapel, they come back to just being able to keep guys there. You look across we talk about the 530 corridor and how many matchups go on between that 530 corridor with Mills and Whitehall and Pine Bluff and Watson Chapel. And then you look at some of those kids playing at those different places. A guy like Akel Madison was at Watson Chapel last year. Whitehall's got a guy. Pine Bluff's got a guy that was at Watson Chapel. So it'll be interesting as your Robinson Senators make their way out onto the field. And the Eagles are in the Big Eagle over there on the other side as they make their way out onto the field. And we are just about ready for kickoff here on the Robinson Sports Network. And Senator football brought to you by Everett Buick GMC. Hey, we even get fireworks.
They got the fireworks going out here in Vilonia tonight. All right.
It's funny, Akeem. We were out at where was that? BB last year. And they set off fireworks after every score. And at BB, they've got this big field. It's just an empty field that's off to the side. And the field caught on fire.
Oh, wow.
They had fire trucks over there trying to put the fire out in the middle of everything. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, no fires today. As they've got quite a – I think that's a little wetter grass over there than what we were dealing with up in BB.
Yeah, and I know last week at Robinson, they sent a firework off later on in the game. I think it was around in the fourth quarter at the end of the game. And one of the fireworks, actually, it didn't go straight up in the air. It kind of shot off to the side. And I saw a couple people ducking and getting down over there.
I know. I think that's John Tate back on the field for Robinson kicking. I know I talked with Coach Escola. He's excited to have Mr. Tate back because that's been a missing piece, and he calls him the best kicker in the state.
Yeah, he came back last week, and he took over most of the kicking job. He did kickoff, field goal, and punt.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're glad to have that guy back, and he really has a boot.
Yeah, he's going to be a big piece of the return game, and by that I mean he's not going to allow many returns.
Right.
Everything's going to end up in the end zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, last week I think all the kickoffs ended up in the end zone.
So here we go. We are set. This one deep and on cue. That one goes into the end zone, and so the Eagles will get things started out at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see if this Robinson defense can keep up what it's had going on the last few weeks. They've been shutting people out. Most of the time, I think the last 2 weeks they only gave up scores when they let the backups in. So their starting defense has been playing really well so far this season.
And that has been the key. I know that was what Coach Escola was most excited about coming into the season. So looks like Carter Massey is going to be the quarterback for Vilonia. They'll come out 5 wide, empty set here. Massey's got it. Look left, nothing there. Now he's got it scrambled, and the Senators have him in the backfield. I think it's 50. Is that 56 on the tackle?
Chase Sweet on the tackle.
So Swede gets the play there. That'll be a loss of 3 on the sack, and so 2nd down and 13 for the Eagles. Swede surveys again, empty backfield. He looks left again. Again, the Senators force him out of the pocket and tripped up as he got back to the 20. He'll be across the 20 as they'll spot this out of the 22. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for Vilonia.
Yeah, it looked like Caleb Doucette was the first one to get to him on that play.
And I know it's early. Massey doesn't look overly comfortable with what he's seeing. He's looking at one read and taking off. And you can see it on that one. He kind of stepped back, looked left again, just like he did on the last one, and then bails out of the pocket pretty quick. Now they're going to bring it back in to help protect. Roll it. Here they come again. Ball's out. Ball's out. They pick it up at the 9, drive down to the 5 at the 4-yard line, and the Senators force the first turnover of the night.
Thought we were going to see a big man touchdown right there.
Was it Dietz that got the recovery? Got the
same. Dietz forced it.
Okay, so Dietz got the force. I think that was 45 on the recovery. 45 is Elijah Powell. So a big start, and that's what you wanted to see. Akemian was them getting out there and making a play defensively, and they do it right off the bat here.
Yeah, this defense has been playing lights out the last few weeks. They got some stars out there. Caleb Doucette, Tank Reese, and the secondary has been looking real well as well.
So they'll go 2 backs with Quentin Murphy. Murphy's got it, hands it off up the right side, trying to break a tackle, met at the 5, pulling guys down to the 4. Now Vilonia will swarm him under, drive him back. Forward progress will set at the 4-yard line, as that was number 7, Jalen Knowlton, on the carry. Jordan Thomas was the other running back in the backfield with Quentin Murphy. And I was excited. Quentin was watching our broadcast last night. He was one of the first in there commenting, and I've been a big fan of Quentin since getting to meet him last year as a sophomore starting quarterback for the Senator team.
Yeah, Quentin Murphy is a heck of an athlete.
So Murphy's got it. I believe he's got Thomas next to him. Murphy keeps it. Now he pitches it inside, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Senators, as that was number 6, Darnell Clark, who caught the pitch from Murphy and scores the first touchdown for the Senators. A great play and a creative play call there, as, of course, they initially faked it up inside to Thomas and then had the extra pitch man on the outside. So it's kind of the new school triple option setup.
Yeah, it looked like almost like an RPO almost. I think that was a good job by the Senators right there. You get a short field, you take care of business right there. 2-play drive, get in the end zone.
Reward that defense quickly with a score. And so Tate on to kick the extra point. He should be automatic. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle and good. And with 10:10 to go in the first, Robinson leads this one 7-0.
And I'll say the only thing you don't like about that as a defensive player is you feel like, well, man, we just got off the field. Now we're heading back out there. But you always take those points on the board for sure.
Yeah, you kind of want to get those points. That makes you feel a little better about having to come right back out onto the field. But they do get about a 3-play break there, so catch it. And it's obviously early still in the game, so get the defense back out there quickly and see if they can do it again. Again, this is a Vilonia team that's had struggles offensively, so we'll see if they can right the ship against this Senator defense. So Tate set to kick this one off. He'll put that foot into it, and again, Vilonia going to watch this one sail into the end zone for a touchback. So the defense takes the field. They'll, of course, Vilonia back out on the field with, I believe that's still Carter Massey. That's number 5 at quarterback. So Massey with the empty set. Wide snap this time. It's going to be picked. And a pick 6 right off the bat. Senators quickly up 13-0 as that was number 2, Kevon Jones with the pick 6 for the Senators. Wow.
You talk about a fast start to a game. Wow. 2 turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Like I said, I wanted to see if that defense is going to be able to keep up what they've had going on the last few weeks. And it looks like they're back out here and they're trying to go at it again.
It is not – they've not been slow starting defensively at all here. What a start for the Senators. But as Tyler said, they get a 1-play break, but at least they got the score. They're going to go for 2 here. As Murphy going to the left side, breaks the tackle, cuts inside, and he is in for the 2-point conversion.
Strong run right there by the quarterback.
And with 10:03 to go in the first, Robinson already leads this one 15-0. A little surprised they went with the 2-point conversion there with Tate. But, maybe they're just trying to get us to that sportsmanship rule even quicker. I don't know.
I don't think Coach Escola could have dreamt of a better start to a game than this.
Not at all.
What are we, 5 plays into the game? Yeah. We already 15-0?
It's not a bad start at all. So Tate set to kick another one here. I can't even get our social media updates done before we keep scoring. Tate's kick. This one boomed, and they will not return this one either as it hits right on the goal line and into the end zone for the 3rd touchback of the night. 3 kickoffs, and we're not even 2 minutes into this football game at 10:03 on the clock.
Yeah, John Tate's 3 for 3 right now, kicking him in the back of the end zone. His leg might be tired before the second quarter starts.
At this rate, for sure. All right, so Vilonia back out onto the field and see if they can clean things up a little bit here. Now they'll try the quarterback draw and gain maybe 2 yards on the play. Looks like they're going to spot it. Maybe the 23. Maybe give him 3 on the play. So biggest gain of the night for the Eagles.
Yeah, Robinson isn't very big up front, but those guys are strong and they're quick off those blocks, getting off blocks.
So Massey, it's been all Massey. He's not giving the ball to anybody else. The only time the ball's left his hand, it was picked. And Massey got a little help. He'll hand it to the running back this time, trying to make a few moves. Boy, he got met. Somebody lost a helmet. It's an offensive lineman. Lost a helmet inside the 20. The running back, I believe, was number 24. Maybe not. If it is, it's Gibson.
Yeah, it looked to be 24.
Yeah. So if this roster's correct, that's Katie and Gibson on that carry. So quickly to the line here, 3rd down and 5 for the Eagles. Massey tried to get the Senators to jump. Now they'll get the snap. Looking left, got his man in the slot. That's 24 again, makes the catch, but he's going to be short. Well, let's see. Yeah, he's going to be about a yard short after a nice tackle. Oh, actually, they spotted that. He's going to be half a football short, about 6 inches short here. So about a half a football short, and they're going to bring on the punt team. That was Gibson again on the catch. Now back deep to return. Is that 9, KJ Kelly?
No, I think that's number 3, Jacob Coleman.
Thank you. Coleman, I know they're excited about Jacob, transferred in from California.
Yeah, I've seen him get the ball in his hands a couple times, and he's electric when he has that ball.
This is not a good kick. Off the side of the foot, bounces inside the 45, rolling the other direction. And at the 40-yard line is where the Senators will start here. And this has been their worst field position of the night to start the game. Yeah. Oh, man, hopefully no Arkansas fans are listening and heard that one. They're all down in Texas. It's okay. They're not paying attention to us. All right, so Murphy will lead the offense back out onto the field. And, boy, as a coach, as a player, Akemion, you could not have drawn up a better start so far for the Senators.
Especially from a defensive standpoint.
So Murphy's got it. Pump fake. He wants to go deep. He's going to throw it deep. Looking up. Got a man out there. And just a little too much on it. As I think was that Coleman that he was looking for, I believe. Trying to make the diving catch, but couldn't come up with it.
Looked like all 3 receivers he had over there on the left side were wide open.
You know, and that's something that I've seen a little different. Obviously, last year, if you watched a lot of Robinson football, the one thing they had was wide receivers. Quentin had a plethora of guys outside to throw the football to. And I know that's one thing that I came away from after the benefit game and seeing a little bit of Robinson so far this year was, you know, they're still trying to figure out who their key receivers are. I know Escola is super excited about the depth at the running back room. You know, last year we really struggled with that. But good to see as they try to swing this one out to the right side. It'll be interesting to see what Murphy can do with this new set of wide receivers. Oh, boy. Hit the ground hard as that was
Nick Abrams.
Was Abrams on that carry. Abrams lost his helmet, so he'll have to come off the field for a minute. And, hey, I'm excited to have our guy, Coach Brian Maupin, watching the broadcast as he just texted me. So this is the reason they went for 2. He said the 2-point play after a defensive touchdown is something that he implemented over there years ago, and it's why they go for it 2 after defensive touchdowns. So good little insight from Coach Maupin, and gets the evening to do some scouting for next week.
I might need to tell my head coach about that.
So dropping, looking, throwing. They're going to look for – tried to make the one-handed catch. Couldn't bring it down. I believe that was that 41?
Like 21, Tank Reese.
Oh, was that Tank? Okay.
Yeah, it might have been a good thing that he didn't catch that ball right there. He might have lost a couple yards on that play.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Senators here as we're finally under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7:13 to go. Senators look to the sideline to get a call. Now play clock down to 7. Robinson's going to have to burn a timeout here. So timeout Senators is 7:13 to go in our first quarter, and so far it's been all Robinson, but this has been their longest or their furthest away from the end zones they've started, so we'll see if the offense can get any rhythm going.
Yeah, I want to see if Robinson can get that passing game going tonight.
I think if there's a game that you can get it done, this would be the one to try to get that going.
Yeah, I thought they would attack downfield a little bit more last week when they played Watson Chapel, but they didn't throw the ball too much. They basically just ran the ball. But I mean, you can't fault them when you have a plethora of blacks like they do. So you know, you have 41.
Yeah, it's Thomas, right?
Yeah, Jordan Thomas. Mm-hmm. You have number 20 Nick Abrams. Then you have number 7 Jalen Knowlton, and then with Quinn Murphy is as good of a dual threat as he is. You always have to account for him being able to run the ball. So. You know, that rushing attack is really deadly right now for Robinson.
They're going to go empty this time. So we'll see what Murphy can do with it in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Murphy looking up top. Now he's going to take off. Murphy scrambling across the 35. Inside the 30, 25. 20 shows the speed as he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Robinson Senators.
Like he had to put a move on the referee as well out there.
Yeah, he used that ref as an extra blocker there, but he had to give him an extra shove as well. And we know that's the deadly part of Murphy's game. His legs, they'll carry him, and his athletic ability is special. Tank Reese joins him in the backfield this time. They'll throw left on a little screen play and a great defensive play by the Eagles.
Tackle.
As that was number 4 on the tackle. That's Hunter Wells. And again, if there are any Eagle fans watching, which I can't imagine there would be, as they've got their own Eagle Vision stream. So if I am getting numbers or names wrong, it's just the roster we're dealing with tonight. So it'll be 2nd and 17 after the 7-yard loss on that play. Murphy wants to go deep. Now instead over the middle, intercepted. That ball's going to be picked off at about the 13-yard line. And another great play by Wells. So Wells makes back-to-back big plays. And then he has some words for the sidelines as he turns to run back the other way. And that's the part of Murphy's game that he's really got to work on. You know, got offers from just about everybody out there in the country. His deep ball is about as pretty a deep ball as I've seen, especially at the high school level. But it's the short intermediate stuff that he really still struggles with. And we saw it there as he had the deep ball, and if he really put some air under that, he had that post play open.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to take the post, but it looked like the ball was a little short right there.
That carry is going to net, looks like about a yard. I couldn't tell who the back was on that play. It looks like 41. If so, that's Kanan Shaw.
Looks like he's hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, they went low on him, and I think he took a helmet right to the knee. So Shaw going to work his way off the field. Let's see if he gets off the field. He just does. Now they snap it. Massey looking to the left, got his man. And Robinson all over that one. That was number 18. I do not have him on this roster, though.
There's that man, 21, Tank Reese.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 now. 5:17 to go on our first. It's been the defense so far here early. A fumble forced and recovered by the defense inside the 10 led to a touchdown for the Senator offense as Murphy found Clark. And then just a play later, a pick 6 for the Senators made it 13-0. The 2-point conversion makes it 15. And now a timeout by the Eagles here as they saw something they didn't like. D. Austin in the comments says she likes this view tonight. She can see the numbers on the jerseys. Yeah, I almost feel like I need our camera angle live right in front of me just so I can read our numbers, because our numbers can be difficult at certain angles. They've got that perfect glare on them. Makes them really tough to see. Not as bad as Mills. Those are probably the hardest I've had to read all year. They are.
Yeah, I know last week Watson Chapel had white jerseys with yellow numbers, and it was almost impossible to see the numbers on those jerseys.
Yeah, when Mills wears their whites, it's tough. Now Massey wants to throw a little screen. It's caught, but he is going to be bottled up just shy of the 40, and he'll be short of a first down. Going to bring him another 4th down for the Eagles. And they'll bring on the punt team. Vilonia not willing to take any chances here early on. And this is maybe a spot on the field you want to be careful and watch for the fake. Down 15-0 here this early. That seems maybe a little desperate for this point in the game.
Yeah, if I'm coaching for Vilonia, I'm trying to flip the field right now. Make them drive the ball downfield.
That kick's much better than the first one, and it takes
kick.
an eagle roll. Inside the 25. Looks like it's going to be down around the 22-yard line. And Chase Swede's out there having some fun. I don't know if you saw that, Akemian, but that's twice on punts that he's kind of went to the whistle with whoever's he's lined up over the top of on this end, and that time they both ended up on the turf after that one. And then he turned and had words for the sideline on the way as well. Good group watching us tonight, about 128 so far watching us live. So we hit over 500 on that Mills Maumelle game last night in the fourth quarter. So that game had some views. That Mills Whitehall game did over 10,000 views. We're really close to 10,000 from last week. So we've had some numbers. Obviously, you guys at Robinson Sports Network, you guys do a great job supporting your Senators. And we've had a blast bringing these broadcasts to you. So Murphy, and I can't tell who that is in the backfield with him.
Look like 41 Jordan Thomas back there.
You got a little better angle than I do. So Murphy will fake it. They'll give it to Thomas. Thomas finds a seam up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, breaks another, off to the races. Let's see if they can catch him. Inside the 40, trying to run him down. Thomas inside the 20 and finally caught as he got just inside the 15. They'll mark him at the 14 and a big play for the Senators.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas has been electric this season for sure. He has big play potential every time he touches the ball.
I didn't think they were going to catch him. Give that young man credit who ran him down.
13, he was trying to hawk him down right there.
That's their safety. I believe that's Braden Brewer. That was a green. I didn't think he was going to catch him.
Not giving up on the play.
So first down inside the 20 is at the 14-yard line. Murphy, he'll hand it away again. Small seam, closed pretty quickly this time. Got down to about the 16-yard line. Or sorry, the 11-yard line. So it'll bring up a second and about 7. Mr. RB Skills in the comments as well. And he does a lot of great things with the running backs across the state. He's excited for Thomas out there right now.
Yeah, Coach Rick, I worked out with him a couple times before.
Well, Murphy's got it, and he's going to run to the right side. Murphy outrunning his blocker inside the 10 to the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. That should leave him about 5 short of a first down, depending on where they spot it. I think about 4 short of a first down.
I think if he would have took it outside a little bit more, he had Jordan Thomas lead blocking for him. He might have been able to get in the end zone.
Now Murphy looks back. I'll change the play up. Now Murphy hands it away. Thomas cuts back to his left, trying to break the tackle. He gets down to the 6-yard line. He's going to be real close to a first down, but it looks like it's going to be a 4th and about a yard. They'll make some changes in the backfield. Tank Reese comes off the field as Knowlton comes into the backfield to join Thomas and Murphy. And 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side of the field. We'll go with the big tush-push play as Murphy falls over the 5 down to the 3, and that's the play. That play's still going, and now they're going to spot it back here at the 4. And now we're going to get some extracurriculars, and we got a flag. So we got several flags, and we got something. Is that Thomas, I believe, who was in the middle of that amongst several other Senators. And so get both teams separated, and couldn't really tell exactly what was happening in there. But
yeah, they let those guys are mixing it up down there for sure, though.
Let's see what they call. Yeah, that one got kind of ugly inside, so we'll see how this goes as the White Hats got both of our coaches out at about the 22-yard line. And obviously we'll have offsetting penalties, but I think the question is did anybody throw a punch or do anything that was worth getting ejected for?
Yeah, it looked like it might have been real close to some punches being thrown.
A dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. First one's on Vilonia. We'll have another dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the Senators. So they'll offset, but no ejection. So that's good news. Is you don't want that. Obviously, you know, like Akimi and I were talking about early, there's a couple big games coming up after this one, and that Maumelle game just got even more interesting. Oh, I thought he was throwing it. So what I saw, I think it was the same thing you saw. Well, the two players went and kind of hugged and were like, yeah, I think they were, you know, good sportsmanship there. And then I saw the flag throw. I was like, no, they did not just throw a flag on that. All right, so cooler heads will prevail, I think, for the moment anyway. And it was an interesting moment there, though, for sure. So they'll go here with the pistol formation, motion man. They'll fake it there, give it away to Knowlton. Knowlton down to about the 3-yard line. We'll give him a gain of maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal. I think they're going to spot it at the 2-yard line. So 2nd down and goal from the 2 here for Robinson. Several changes there. 45, Elijah Powell comes off the field. He's the one that had the fumble recovery on the first possession of the game. Now Murphy gives it to Knowlton, kept it. Murphy going to try to get to the right. He got tripped up and lost the ball. Picked up by Vilonia. That ball's out. Goes into the hands of an Eagle. And, boy, after all that, Vilonia comes away with it. And it is Eagle football out at the 25-yard line, although what are we doing? They've got it spotted all the way back at the 15, and that's a tough, I mean, that's not a good call. Thankfully, it goes against Vilonia's. I don't think the officials realized that ball came out while he was still standing straight up and into the hands of their linebacker there. Yeah, and that was a tough one. I mean, he just got tripped up, and then the ball just slipped right out of his hand.
There was a lot going on that play.
So another turnover for Robinson. Vilonia's got it again. Vilonia, they'll hand it across the right side. A little bit of a seam, but it is closed quickly at the 20. I don't know who that was, but gotta believe it's Tank Reese. If I don't know, I can just pretty much guess it was Tank Reese.
I was going to say, if you see somebody with the ball, just know Tank Reese is on his way.
And you can almost get, if you see a hard hit in the hole, it's Tank Reese.
Yeah.
It's just.
That guy's a missile.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, Tank as a freshman last year was something else, man, and he's just going to continue to grow. He's going to be a special one, another one on the long list of great defenders to come out of Robinson. Now they'll hand this one to the left side, and again, Senators are all over this one at the 20.
And that's the thing I love about this Senators defense. You always see at least 5 to 6 hats to the ball every time.
So maybe a yard or 2 on that play. It'll bring up 3rd and manageable for Vilonia, about 3rd down and 4 here. Down to 20 seconds. They don't have to snap it again here in the first if they don't want to, and it doesn't look like they want to. Vilonia content to take this thing to the second quarter, so we'll do it with them. After a quarter of play, your Senators lead this one 15-0. Join us for more Senator football brought to you by Everett Buick GMC right here on the Senator Sports Network.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family and customer friendly. Family and no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. But left, everybody!
All right, welcome back as we are set for our second quarter play. And Vilonia facing a 3rd down and 4 from the 22-yard line. And I'm not sure. Have they gotten a first down yet? I don't believe they have. So. Vilonia wanting to look over the middle of the throw. He's got a man in the seam. Nice throw here. That's caught. And that will be their first down. I should have kept my mouth shut. We got a cool moonrise coming up over that home press box right now. I don't know if y'all can see it from where y'all are. But
I can see it a little bit.
Here. Big old red moon coming up. D. Austin, I think in the comments, I think she's saying oops to my my slip of saying the Hornets. I'll do my best not to say that anymore tonight. That snap high. Throws behind the receiver and makes the go, and he is met inside the 30-yard line. That's
Mike Hayes.
Boy, what a play by Hayes.
He had a great game last week as well, making some real strong tackles. I want to say he had an interception last week too.
So 2nd down, 14 after the 4-yard loss. And so Vilonia, Massey still a quarterback, got motion man's number 1. Snap, looking to throw over the middle. Got his man. A good catch on a ball that was behind him.
That was a great catch right there. Is that number 24?
Yeah, 24 again on that one. And I think 24, at least if this is correct, is Cadian Gibson. Let's see if Vilonia can convert again. Converted their first 3rd down of the night on their last 3rd down. Now looking again over the middle. They found something there, and again behind his receiver. And I'll tell you, Kemion, if Massey could get those in front of his receiver, he's going to have a couple of completions. He's got guys running down the field.
Yeah, he is. You want to kind of get that ball in front of him right there so he can run a little bit.
Well, he definitely found something over the middle of the field on that drive. I don't know if that's an adjustment from their film that they saw after the last couple of drives, or maybe that's Massey getting a little more comfortable in the game because he certainly looked uncomfortable to get things started.
Yeah, it looked like he found a hole right there behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties.
So this punt getting better. And it's going to take a Vilonia roll inside the 20. Boy, inside the 15, just keeps rolling all the way down to the 10-yard line.
That's a great point.
I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Akemion? Is that one where you'd like to see Coleman get over there and try to make a catch? I mean, obviously that ball's not in the air long. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, and I think he might have misjudged it, maybe thinking it was just going to bounce and go out of bounds. But it was a great punt right there. That ball hit and just kept rolling down into the 10-yard line.
Yeah, by not going over there, you cost yourself about 25 yards in field position there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the coaches over there will coach him up on the sideline about that.
All right, we'll see if the offense can get some rhythm going here. It's been the defense that's got us 15 so far in this game after the forced fumble and recovery inside the 5 and then the pick 6. We'll see if Murphy can get this offense moving. And then they're going to move backwards here. I believe this is going to be a penalty. No, a timeout. Vilonia calls a timeout. So with 10:19 to go in our first half, I think that's the second timeout of the night called by the Eagles. So they'll have one left for the rest of the first half. And speaking of making Arkansas references, using all your timeouts early in the half is not ever a good thing. Jessica Billups said, watching from home tonight. We appreciate you joining our broadcast. You guys enjoy it. I know I love calling Senator games. This, if you know, and this is not to say anything bad about our other schools, but if there was another school that I could do play-by-play for within our network, it would be Robinson on a full-time basis. Coach Escola is a fantastic coach, got a great staff over here. The guys at Robinson have been great to us. And we've got to, really be involved in a lot of team camps and other things on campus. And so Robinson's quickly become a second home for me, so I love being able to come over here and call games for the Senators.
Yeah, I've had fun calling games so far this season. This is something new for me, but I've been enjoying it.
You guys do a great job. You and Chris definitely have a good rapport on the headsets. Now Murphy going to take off. He's got blockers. Murphy's got room. Kind of stumbled out across the 30, and he's got a first down, and he's banged up a little bit. He may came down on the football.
Yeah, he got hit right in the knee.
Let's hope Murphy's okay, as he is slow to get up, not getting up. And the training staff out there quickly, and it is the right knee that they go straight to. So let's hope that he is okay. Ooh, and he did take a shot on that knee as he stumbled and was falling forward. I think the saving grace here is that knee wasn't planted in the turf because he was stumbling. That leg was up a little bit, so this could be a situation where you just got a pad or a helmet right to that knee, and let's hope that that's all this is.
Yeah, knee to the helmet is never fun.
And we'll see. Murphy's a tough kid. I know he's battled through a lot of different injuries over the last couple of seasons, so let's just hope this is nothing significant. Quentin works out with my girl Alicia Colvin. She does a fantastic job, relentless performance, a free plug for Alicia. I know she was part of our broadcast last season. We're excited to have Alicia as part of our broadcast, and she does an incredible job with nutrition and athlete workouts. I know we've got several senators that work out with her, several athletes around the state that work out with her, and she's even taken it over to Memphis as well. And we got Murphy up, and he's walking off under his own power. Got a noticeable limp, but I think this is going to be that kind of stinger situation where just took that helmet on the knee, maybe scared him a little bit.
Yeah, like we got number 18, Lennox Campos, checking into the game at quarterback.
I didn't play a lot of football, but I remember those scary moments where you hit the ground and you feel something or you hear something, and it just – you wonder if you want to get up. You're like, I don't know, this isn't good. And so I had that in an elbow one time, and I remember thinking for about pretty much a series sitting on the sideline, I don't think I'm going to ever move my arm again. The next series, I was ready to go. All right, so Campos takes over at quarterback here. They'll check on Murphy a little bit on the sideline, and they'll hand this one away up the middle. Not a whole lot on that one. Out to the 35-yard line is Abrams. You guys remember to hit that subscribe button as well. I know most of you guys on the Robinson Sports Network are already subscribed, well over 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate that. Obviously, the 4A state soccer tournament helped us with some of that as well, but you guys make sure you hit that subscribe button. Basketball season's right around the corner. Coach Harden putting together another great team there for Robinson, and I know our commentary crew, you're going to have a lot of fun with those guys again this year as well. All right, so Campos gets the snap. He'll hand it away to Abrams again. Abrams, little room to the right side across the 35. We got a penalty flag thrown out at the 37-yard line at the end of the run. And so that's going to bring up a third down. Possibly. We'll wait and see what the call is. Murphy's still back here on the... That's actually going to be against Vilonia. I think it was a face mask. I could not tell what the signal was by the white hat. Of course, they're looking at the home press box with the call. But it did go against Vilonia, so that'll be a first down for the Senators as this gets out to the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10, Robinson. And Murphy, that doesn't look good on the sideline, the way he's moving. They'll hand this one away as Campos gives it away. They'll get across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Is that Abrams? No, that was Tank on that one. Tank loses his helmet, so he'll have to come off the field for a play. He'll be replaced by Thomas. We're keeping an eye on Quentin over here. He's getting looked at by the trainers. They're really not looking at the knee. They're just looking at stability and letting him kind of move and get comfortable, it looks like. So I think that's at least a good sign that it's nothing structural. And now it's kind of going to be a situation of just, can he tolerate the pain?
Yeah, I was going to say, probably trying to see what the pain management will look like.
He's got his helmet. He looks like he's ready to come back in the game. We got a whistle. We're going to have a timeout here. Robinson with 8:35 left in our first half. So both teams have now used 2 timeouts here in the first half. And Murphy's got his helmet back on, talking with Coach Escola. So Murphy's going to be coming back into the game after this timeout. That's a good sign for the Senators. See, working, getting you guys a. See, we got a score update from over at Sheridan. Actually, I think I just got it. As Sylvan Hills leads that game 13-7 after a quarter of play. All right, so Murphy back in at quarterback. He gets the snap. He wants to throw. Ball just slips right out of his hands. And I think he chased it down and recovered it himself, though, out at the 49-yard line. Well, that was strange.
You know, gaining a couple yards.
You can't call that a pass to yourself. So that'll bring up a third down and about 4 here. Senators need just inside the 47-yard line for a first down.
He doesn't look comfortable out there right now.
Murphy's got it. He looks to the left, wants the screen. Coleman makes the catch. Coleman cuts across the field, across the 40, inside the 35, just ran by a couple guys, all the way down inside the 25-yard line, and a big gain there by Jacob Coleman.
Yeah, I want to see some more targets for Jacob Coleman. That guy's electric when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he was a guy that when I was out at team camp, I know Coach Escola talked really highly of, was real excited to get him worked into the mix as a late transfer. So a guy that's highly sought after. And so Murphy puts his man in motion. Looking left all the way, throws it up, looking for his man. That throw is short and nearly made the adjustment. Oh, he picked it off. I think he intercepted that.
Yeah, the ball
he did. Oh, my goodness. What a play in the end zone. Yeah, that ball you talk about, just right place, right time. As that ball tipped up off of the receiver, I believe that was Jones, the intended receiver, and just right into the lap of the defensive back. That's number 1. Try to get a number. Try to figure out who that is. Number 1. I don't have a number 1. What I have, so can't identify who that young man is. But a great play, great concentration as he was given a little gift, laying on his backside in the end zone there. So Vilonia takes over. The offensive struggles continue for our Senators. Now looking left, got his man across the 25, breaking tackles out to the 27-yard line. And this Vilonia offense looks like it's starting to gain a little confidence, Akemian.
Yeah, they're starting to move the ball down the field a little bit, get some more confidence as the game goes on.
I'm going to straight quarterback run up the middle. Looks like he's going to have the first down, and he does as he falls across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So it'll be a first down for the Eagles. It's a far cry from the Eagle offenses that I've been used to seeing over the last couple of years. This team has been loaded at being able to air the ball out. Great receivers, great quarterback play. And so they're really trying to work a lot of that in right now. Jacob Coleman going to come off the field. Being replaced by Spencer Watson. Now trying to throw to the left side. That throws a little wide, but a nice catch by 24 for the Eagles out at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's made a couple good throws here tonight on those short and intermediate passes.
So second down here and about 6.
I think the O-line is doing a better job of protecting him as well.
Second and 6 as the Senator fans start to try to make a little noise. Now they're looking. They want to throw it deep, looking deep. Got his man out there, but he overthrew everybody. So that'll bring up a third down.
Good defense right there by Kevon Jones.
And Jones did a good job running step for step for his man with his man. And so 3rd down and 6 is the Senator defense.
It's some money down right here. You want to get out the field. See this defense can get a stop right now.
Now Massey looking left side. His man fell down and couldn't quite get there on the interception. But that's going to lead to another 4th down for Vilonia and the punt team back on the field once again. So, boy, after a flurry defensively, we've kind of settled into this game a little bit. Things have slowed down a bit, but, Robinson's going to have to figure out some way to get a little bit of rhythm going in this offense.
Yeah, the offense has been struggling a little bit tonight.
The kick, boy, good pressure. That's not a good kick. Bounces across the 50, and they're going to mark this out of bounds at the Senator 44-yard line, and that's where Robinson will start this drive. So let's see if the Senators can get something going. It was moments like this last year where they would lean on a young man by the name of Noah King Freeman. And I remember talking with Coach Escola early this year, and he talked about how deep his running back room was. He said, man, he said, I feel like I have 4 Noah Freemans in the backfield. And if you got 4 Noah Freemans in your backfield, you're doing something well. Because Noah Freeman was a special back.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that guy.
King Freeman, as we dubbed him, he was a lot of fun to watch. He made it a lot of fun to call games for Robinson last year. But he was a good mix, and they'd find Murphy to be able to air it out. So we'll see if they can figure something out as they go to Knowlton here. Knowlton's going to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards as they'll spot this, looks like at the 42-yard line, so a gain of 3 on the play.
I like to see Robinson target number 1, Spencer Watson, a little bit more. He's a 6'4" wide receiver out there. He has a big height advantage over most of the DBs that they go against.
Now Murphy, he wants to throw it. He wants to go deep. He's got a man who had a step. The throw's short, though. And Watson nearly made an incredible catch. And right on cue, Akemion. I think that's right where they went. And I got to say that you don't see – Quentin's definitely struggling right now. You don't see Quentin miss the deep ball very often like that. And that's 2 in a row that he's left short. So it took a big hit, as Tyler telling us as well. So fun little tidbit of information. Quentin Murphy, according to Joseph in our comments section. So Quentin is cousins with Joe Mason, who's a Maumelle Hornet defensive end and plays some running back. Mason is a big-time player, had a huge game, as the Senators are going to have to burn their last time out of the half here. And so they'll come to the sideline and talk about it. They give me an opportunity to talk a little bit more about Joe Mason and the cousin of Quentin Murphy. And obviously, as Joseph says, there's a lot of competition talk amongst the family right now as they're looking ahead to that matchup next Friday night. And, Mason was a kid who he had a big game last night against Mills. He kind of had a coming out party. I remember when we first started the season with Joe. Joe was at running back a couple times. We were so excited to see him because he's listed at like 6'4", 240 pounds or something. I think he's a big kid as a running back. We haven't seen him carry the ball much.
That sounds like Brandon Jacobs.
Exactly. But he's a sophomore and a very large young man and can absolutely go. I was really impressed with him. He had a really big game against Mills. That was the big piece. And so it's going to be interesting to see if Mason and Murphy get to meet in the backfield a few times next week. D. Austin says they're excited about next week, planning to be at the game. And I think we're going to – so we did a pregame show on Natural State Sports for the game last night. And assuming we can get people there and get everything set up, I think we may try to do another pregame show next week in advance of that Maumelle Robinson game and the return of Coach Moppin. And as I said last night on our broadcast, the win over Mills, the biggest win in the Moppin era, no doubt, so far. And so he'll try to make it 2 in a row facing his old Senators. So now Murphy, pressure coming. Knowlton picks it up. Now Murphy's got to take off. Gets away from it. Now pitches it up. He's got Watson out there. Watson makes the catch inside the 30.
Caught it out of bounds.
They're going to they did say he didn't get a foot in. And so out of bounds. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Senators.
Like Murphy's touch is a little off tonight, throwing the ball. Let his receiver. He had a wide open receiver, just let him a little bit too far out of bounds right there.
So the punt team will come on as Tate comes out to punt this one.
Is the first punt of the night?
Yep, first punt of the night for the Senators. As Murphy comes off the field late here, and he'll have a conversation on the sideline with the coaching staff and try to get that figured out. We've got a penalty. I think we got to delay a game. Yeah. So delay a game on the Senators. And, you know, we talked about it in pregame, the penalties, the mistakes, and these are those penalties, not being set and ready for a punt, and missing wide open wide receivers, and a lot of that's just rhythm. A lot of that's Murphy getting comfortable with his receivers, but that's been the weak point for Robinson so far this year. Now Tate's got the snap, kicks it away. A good kick coming up to return it. Oh, and a big hit, but he stays on his feet. And I think our Senator took the worst part of that. Breaks a couple more tackles out across the 40 to the 41. But the Senators have got an injured player on the field. I can't see
Michael King down there.
Was it King who made the hit that's injured? And I don't know if at the end of that he went knee to knee, because that's exactly what he's reaching for, is that left knee. But that was an absolute collision on that play as the return man was coming up, just dead sprint to catch that, and they met just after he caught it, and that was a hit.
That was dangerous. I'm trying to figure out how he managed to stay up after that.
Get our little delayed view of this, and oh man. And that's actually not who made the hit initially. He got caught up in that hit. Oh, yeah, that's a tough break. It's actually, I'm not sure who made the hit, but it's when the collision happened, he came back around and got caught up, and his knee got caught underneath him. So that's not actually who made the initial hit on the play, but he just kind of got caught up in the wash, almost leg whipped, and then underneath him. Oh, man, that's tough. They're going to help him up off the field. And
it looked like he's,
that is King, and good news is he's walking off under his own power. Not much of a limp. So, again, another one of those moments we talked about earlier where when it happens, it just scares you.
Yeah. And you get up and you're like, all right, I might be able to go back into the game.
A reminder as well, if you're looking for a way to support our streams, we'd love to have you on as a sponsor of either, obviously we've got several football streams left to go, as well as playoff football ahead, and then basketball season's right around the corner, so give us a shout if you'd like to get on our sponsorship deals. Good RPO play here. Spins, balls out, and Robinson falls. Now they're going to mark him down. Yeah, I think he was definitely down, but I was hoping we were going to get that call. So 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. Throws to the left side. Ball's going to be caught. Cuts in, ball's out. Ball's out. The Senators don't know it. And now they do. I believe the Senators, we do have it. And it is Senator football. It's going to be marked at the 35-yard line as the defense comes out and makes another huge play.
Jacob Coleman with the fumble recovery right there.
Try to see who popped that ball out.
I guess he stepped out of bounds. It looked like he was going to be able to break free and possibly get in the end zone.
Might have been Abrams, actually, that initially knocked that ball out when he rounded the corner. Hard to tell, but that's what it looks like as I'm looking at our delay here on our YouTube feed. But I think it was Abrams actually got a piece of that, knocked it out, and then Coleman with the recovery. And like you said, Akemian stepped out of bounds over there at about the 38. So 1st and 10, and this is an opportunity to take a shot if you're the Senators. They won't, so hand it up the middle across the 35. Give him 3 yards on that one. So bring up a 2nd down and 7. Now Knowlton will come out and see who he replaces. He'll replace Abrams. 2nd and 7 is Murphy. And some miscommunication in the backfield as Murphy went one way, back went the other. Now Murphy running guys over to the left side inside the 30. And depending on the spot, it is going to be enough for a Senator first down.
It looked like number 7, Jalen Knowlton, went to the wrong side on that play.
Yeah, somebody definitely went the wrong way.
But that's a good job by Murphy right there, just, taking that play and just making something out of it. Able to pick up a first down.
So 3:28 to go in our half. Senators trying to get another touchdown on the board. They'll give this one away, and Knowlton is met in the backfield. And immediately his offensive line mates come back to help him up. That's one of those moments when you look at your back and go, my bad. So it'll be 2nd down and somewhere around 15 or 16 here for the Senators. And again, that's a rhythm-busting play. You had some things going, and then a 6-yard loss on the next play.
And I think that's one thing the Senators have struggled with this season, getting behind the sticks on some plays, and they struggle to pick up first downs.
Now they'll hand this one away. Up the middle is Knowlton.
Good strong run.
And so he'll get this one down to the 25-yard line. And so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and back to 3rd and 7. And is that Murphy that just sat down in the backfield? Oh, we got an injured Eagle down at the 25-yard line. And Quentin, I guess, trying to rest his knee as he sat down at the 35. I was like, are we taking a break?
Yeah, it looked like his old lineman going down there to check on him.
Looks like Coleman kind of pointing at him. I don't know.
It's good to see number 78, Ryan Nolan, back out there. He missed last week.
That's a big young man.
Yeah, he is. That guy's massive, 6'6", 350 pounds.
You think about that. Think about the size that they've had come through over here. Obviously, a Marion Harris up at on the hill now, playing for the University of Arkansas. A special young man. I know Jalen Harris is another one. Jalen was a guy that was over here. He's at Maumelle now. But Jalen Harris is all of 6'8", 380 pounds.
Wow.
A huge young man as a sophomore. And it's funny because he's the younger brother of Jordan Harris, who plays basketball at Maumelle. And Jordan is 6'7", but he's maybe 180 pounds soaking wet. So we can tell who got to the dinner table first every night in that family.
I'm trying to figure out, what do they feed these kids these days?
Man.
6'8", 380 in the 10th grade.
I'll never forget the first time I met Andrew Chambly, and he's now the starting left tackle up at Arkansas. But I walked up, and he's the first person that I ever stood next to and really just felt short as like a kid that I was.
Yeah.
I'm standing next to this kid who's 15 years old, and he's just towering over me. And then add Nico Davier to that as well, a couple of huge kids. Murphy fakes it, looking left. Everything's covered up. He rolls to his right. He's in trouble. Tosses this one up to the back of the end zone.
Touchdown.
And caught.
Jacob Coleman.
Coleman with the touchdown, and now he's going to go have a conversation with himself back behind the goalpost. But the offense finally gets one in the end zone from 25 yards out, and it's 21-0 Senators with 2:21 to go here in our first half.
Yeah, Quinn Murphy delivered a strike right there to number 3, Jacob Coleman. That was a nice catch right there, too. Looked like the defender might have had a chance to make a play on that, but he missed it.
Yeah, it's good concentration by Coleman, because you're right. That looked like another one of those that was going to come up short.
Yeah, as a wide receiver, sometimes you got to make your quarterback look good.
And the extra point by Tate is up, and it is good. And again, with 2:21 left in our first half, your Senators lead this one 22-0. The defense will make their way back onto the field, and it's definitely been the defense that's carried this thing in the first half. So good to see Murphy, maybe that'll get some rhythm going for him, get him untracked as we get to the second half of this ball game.
Yeah, that defense is playing lights out tonight. They've been pretty opportunistic as well, causing some fumbles and getting some interceptions out there.
Oh, this
Got a
kick
return.
Hey, yeah, going to return this one from the 1. Like a block in the back, out across the 20, and going to be pulled down at the 24-yard line, maybe the 25. So they'll net 5 yards by not letting that one go in the end zone.
I think Tate just wanted to let some of his kick coverage guys have some fun on that one.
All right, so Vilonia, this is a big opportunity for them to kind of make sure they can hang around in this game with Robinson getting the ball to start the second half. If you're the Senators, if you can get a quick takeaway here, you may have a chance to score again. This ball, nice throw out to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Depends on where they spot this. They're actually going to spot it about a yard shy of where he caught it at the 34, maybe the 33-yard line. So it's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be second down and 1 for Vilonia. And Massey up the middle. He's got the first down out across the 40-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Vilonia. Clock will stop till they get the chain set.
Yeah, he looked pretty fast on that run right there.
Oh, boy, I thought they were going to have an easy pick there. Instead, it gets it to the receiver. So I think our blitzing in there just was a little late getting his head turned.
Yeah, and I've seen him on a few plays earlier in the game. He's actually tried to put his hand up and swat that one down. I think he was just a little late on that one.
So second down and 4 here. Massey's got it, looking to his left. That's where he'll go with it. Throws short, but receiver goes down, makes a catch. Into Senator territory at the 47-yard line. So first and 10, Vilonia, 1:21 to go in the half.
Yeah, it look like Vilonia's trying to speed the tempo of the game up right now.
Senator's got to hurry. They got 2 guys still on the field. They just do get them off. Massey takes off again up the middle, stumbles, hit hard by the safety. It's 29.
Josh Smith.
But another first down for Vilonia.
Yeah, that was a good hit. You just want to see him wrap his arms up around that guy.
That stumble by Smith at the end had me a little concerned initially. Did he get the worst of that? Massey has to reach for that one. Pressure coming. He steps through it.
Good hit.
Boy, they come with it now. That's Tank Reese again.
Tank Reese.
He is not afraid to lower his hat. Well, they're going to – I think they got everybody off. They did, so 40 seconds to go in the half.
Robinson struggling to line up.
That's a false start. Nobody was set. Their right tackle kind of bounced. And no. Oh, did we get a timeout first? The Senators called a timeout. Interesting. So
I thought they had used all 3 timeouts already.
They had one left, but that was interesting because I thought for sure they should have got a false start call on the right tackle. Either way, timeout Senators here with 38 seconds to go before our half. Reminder to join us at the half for our Ackles halftime show. I'll say thanks to the folks over at Ackles for being on all of our streams, being the presenting sponsor of our halftime show across the PCSSD Sports Network. And they've been with us at Natural State Sports really since year 1. It's been exciting to have them. They started with us over at Maumelle, been a big part of what we've done with Natural State Sports. And so our growth trajectory has been a lot of fun over the last couple years. And it's interesting. We've maybe got some opportunities to add a couple more schools here pretty soon. And you'll just have to wait for that announcement if it comes. But we've got some things brewing. All right, so Massey, empty set here. Low snap, picks it up, looking left. Oh. Boy. That one was telegraphed. The ball took a long time to get over there, and I can't see that number, Akemian.
Is that number 4, Michael Hayes, on the playing defense over there? The intended receiver was number 24.
Hayes is another young man that I've been really, really impressed with as well.
Yeah, I like his game as a corner.
So it's 3rd down and 10 here for the Eagles. Massey looking left. A lot of pressure. He runs right through it, though. Great job by Massey using his speed. He'll get 3 before he is popped at about the 32-yard line. And Vilonia will use their last timeout with 20 seconds to go in the half and facing a 4th down. So 4th and we're going to have about a 4th and 6 when they come out of the timeout here. And, you know, what's the mindset you think here at Akemian as they look to – obviously you don't want to make a mistake and give the ball back to Robinson. And they can score quickly if they need to, but you also don't want to throw something out that gets picked off and take it back for a touchdown as well here with 20 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, you kind of want to play it safe, but you also want to try and get some points on the board before the end of the half.
And I know this has been a Vilonia team that over the years has had a great kicking game, but I don't know that they've got anybody from here. You're talking almost a 50-yarder if you kick it from here. Not many high school kids out there kicking 50-yarders.
It's kind of a catchy situation. You only have 20 seconds left and you're out of timeout, so you want to kind of take a shot, but you got to try and get it out of bounds so you can call another play. And at the same time, you have to pick up the first down.
Mm-hmm. And that's the big piece, too, because if you don't, then obviously you give Robinson the ball, and they're not going to get great field position unless it's a turnover, but if they get it right here, it won't be great field position, but they'll at least have – Robinson will have an opportunity to do a little bit of something with it, but they don't have any timeouts left either.
It looks like the referees are huddled up over there.
Yeah, a long conversation by them. Quick update. Sylvan Hills defensively playing really well. That game's gone to the half with Sylvan Hills up 13-7. We'll go through the Fearless Friday scoreboard when we get to our Eagles halftime. And now we're ready for football again as our officials had their snack break. Senators look to be bringing pressure. Now they're going to bail out of it. Now they do bring it from the end, throwing over the middle, and some miscommunication. Receiver wasn't ready for that one, and I think he's throwing his hands up wanting a holding call or something. He's arguing with the official. The official says, get to your sideline. He didn't want to hear any of it, and that'll be a turnover on downs as Robinson will take over with 15 seconds left. And with no timeouts left, I got to believe that maybe they take one shot down the field, but most likely probably going to see him hand it off and take this thing to the half.
Yeah, if I was Coach Escola, I'd take a shot on the first play. If we can't hit on anything, we just run that clock out and head into the halftime. You're up 22-0. You don't want to give them any momentum going into the second half.
No, and especially when your offense has struggled so far. I mean, it's not been a great first half offensively. The defense has done really well, but they're going to spread them out here. They'll have Thomas in the backfield.
Yeah, I think they're playing prevent.
And they are going to throw. They're going to throw a little screen and dropped.
You got to have that.
It was a tough one. He almost had to go to a knee to make the catch. Was that Hayes?
Yeah. Number 4, Michael Hayes.
So it's a tough one to catch and really a tough one to keep your rhythm. That's one that if you're Quentin, you want Quentin to just put it right on the numbers and give him that momentum to turn upfield.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him run it out.
Yeah, I think that was that.
Robinson they get the ball back after halftime, so.
They are going to throw it. Same little screen again. Block was missed. Now trying to take off his Hayes, and he's going to be thrown down at the 36, and that'll do it for our first half of play. So after a half of play, your Robinson Senators lead this one 22-0. And join us just here in just a few minutes on our Eagles halftime show here on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC.
It's natural to be concerned with our kids' safety, but when they're riding the school bus, we shouldn't have to be. Illegally passing a school bus puts our children's lives at risk. That's why Everett is joining area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead safety program. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Do your part. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. Remember, flashing red, kids ahead.
At Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, we're pulling out all of the stops for the whole enchilada sale.
Take advantage of store-wide savings.
Carpet,
Tile,
Cabinets, and more.
free installation and padding on all carpets. No interest for 18 months on flooring or cabinets. Sales tax paid.
At Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, we make it beautiful
For less.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
At Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, we're pulling out all of the stops for the whole enchilada sale.
Take advantage of store-wide savings.
Carpet.
Tile,
Cabinets, and more.
free installation and padding on all carpets. No interest for 18 months on flooring or cabinets. Sales tax paid.
At Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, we make it beautiful
For less.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
All right, welcome back, folks, as we are just about done with our halftime, about a minute and a half as we're waiting on the band to finish up, so we'll get a little bit of an extended halftime. Appreciate you joining us for our Eccles halftime show. We're going to jump over to the Fearless Friday scoreboard and give you a few scores from around the state. In 7A play, Bryant at the half leads Jonesboro 21-14. Cabot leads Southwest 14-0. Conway, no issues right now with North Little Rock at the half, up 27-0. Bentonville over Fort Smith Southside 34-21. And Fayetteville and Rogers all tied up at 21. That game may be the first to 60. As prolific as those two offenses have been this year. In 6A ball, Jacksonville has the lead over Greene County Tech right now, 14-6. In a battle of the bottom of the barrel in the 6A East between Jacksonville and Greene County Tech. Searcy leads El Dorado 28-14 at the half as Coach Chris Hill continues to struggle getting things turned around down at El Dorado right now. Sylvan Hills at the half leads Sheridan 16-14. West Memphis also at the half. This is a surprising score, actually. I don't know if you saw this one, Tyler. West Memphis leads Catholic 21-7 at the half right now. That is a very surprising score. Greenwood, no problems right now with Greenbrier, up 21-0. Pulaski Academy leads Mountain Home 28-7. Of course, our Senators lead Vilonia 22-0. In other 5A play, Morrilton with a 14-6 lead over Watson Chapel. What you got? 44-6? Oh, wow. That's not, wow. Morrilton over Watson Chapel, 44-6 at the half. And, I'd heard early on Morrilton was going to be a team that may at least make a little bit of noise for that 4 seed. And that might be the best I've seen anybody take down Watson Chapel in the first half of a game. It seems like at least all of our schools have struggled with Watson Chapel in the first half and then put them away in the second half. So Morrilton, no issues right now as they're ready to get home from Watson Chapel and get back up to Morrilton early tonight. Batesville over Paragould. That game's 30-6 at the half. Nettleton leads Brooklyn 14-13 at the half. Wynn and Southside tied at 7. Valley View over Forest City 48-6 at the half. And in a big South Arkansas matchup, Camden Fairview leads Arkansas High 6-0. I know there's been a lot of questions as to whether or not that Texarkana team is for real. That's a team that has struggled over the last several years and been a long road for them to get back to respectability. And so far this year, they've looked really good. And there was a lot of questions as to how they'd match up with Camden Fairview tonight. And right now, Fairview leads them at the half, 6-0. Hot Springs over Hope, 40-7. That game says it's in the second quarter. I'm going to guess that one's at least at halftime as well. Alma leads Farmington 28-14. Harrison over Prairie Grove 38-6. And Pea Ridge over Dardanelle 20-14. Shallow Christian, no issues with Clarksville as they lead 39-0. And scroll through this, see if there's any other games of interest. Pottsville leads Bauxite 19-7. CAC leads Mayflower. That game's 16-7. And then Malvern leads Waldron 28-0. Arkadelphia over Mena 20-0. And Warren, with that plethora of wide receivers and a freshman phenom starting quarterback, they lead Cross at 21-7. So that's your scores from around the state here on our Eccles halftime show. And this first half has kind of been dominated defensively by Robinson. It was a bit of a struggle offensively as we see John Tate out there getting a few kicks up, kicking it pretty easily from about 35 yards out over here. But we're going to watch and see. We'll see what this offensive line and what this offense can get going, see if they can get any rhythm going here in this second half. And a couple scores would put us in a running clock situation. And so we'll see if we can get there. But I think right now the big key for Coach Escola is trying to get Quentin Murphy in this offense untracked. We've had a little bit of a conversation here during the break at halftime in regards to Quentin and some of what he needs to work on and where he's been as a quarterback here this season. And obviously we know how great of an athlete that Quentin is and a young man that really impressed me last year with his deep ball. And right now I think just trying to find a comfort level with these wide receivers and figuring out how to get the rhythm going between that and the running game has been a bit of a struggle for Quentin so far this year.
I would say, he's been pretty strong in the run game so far this season, but you'd like to see him be on target a little bit more with his passes, especially those deep ball passes. He's missed a couple shots downfield that could have possibly been touchdowns. So hopefully he can get that on track in the second half, because you want to get that on track going into the later part of the season. You got some big games coming up, and you don't want to be, a one-dimensional team going into those games.
Yeah, and as we look at the rest of the schedule for Robinson, obviously this one here tonight, and you hope you can get this victory. But then you turn around, we've talked a lot about it. Obviously the Maumelle matchup at home next week. You go to BB, that's a game that you think you should be able to handle, although weird things happen at BB. It's always an adventure heading up there for a game at BB. Great facilities, great place to have a game. You'll be a little tight in that press box. It's interesting in that press box. It's an interesting spot to call a game from. But a lot of fun. Should be a game you win, but then it's that 3-game kind of murderer's row to finish the season. You get Mills at home, and then you go on the road against Whitehall and Pine Bluff. So if your offense is going to be clicking, it better be clicking by the time Mills comes to town on October 20th. So this one going to be returnable from about the 22-yard line. Out across the 25, slips, puts a hand down. It's Thomas. He got his balance out to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Senators will start their first drive of the second half. All right, we've talked about it a lot so far, Akemian, but what's kind of your thoughts on what they need to do to get this offense going here to start the second half?
I think the offensive line has been playing pretty well. They've been protecting Quinn Murphy for the most part. I just think he needs to, calm down a little bit and be more accurate on his throws. His receivers are pretty open for the most part. I've seen a couple plays where he had 3 or 4 options where he could have went with the ball, but he seems to be a little off with his accuracy tonight.
We give some way to Thomas, and Thomas is met in the backfield. May give him a yard. He gets to the 40, so get a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 9.
I don't think these running backs have been able to just have their way like they have in the past few weeks.
So second down and 9. Murphy, I believe that's Thomas in the backfield. It is. Looks left. Got his man. That's Tank Reese. Going to make the catch and cut inside at the 45. Tank across the 50. Stutters across midfield, across the 40, the 30, stiff arm, inside across the 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, touchdown. 1. Give him 6 as Tank Reese scores the touchdown to start the second half.
I guess we talked about it enough. That offense is trying to get on schedule right here. It's a fantastic way to start the second half.
A quick start to the second half, 61 yards on the play from Quentin Murphy to Tank Reese, but it was Tank Reese all the way on that one. He did the work.
He did the work on that play. Made a couple guys miss. I thought he was going to trip and fall right there, but he managed to stay up and get in the end zone.
Yeah, the stutter back here where he hesitated was a great move. He really kind of got everybody off. No, don't waste a timeout on the extra point. With 14 on the play clock, they have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, that was an amazing play by Tank Reese right there. And then the fight to get in the end zone at the end.
So Tate on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and it is good. And with 11:02 here in the third quarter, your Senators lead this one 29-0. Maybe that'll get the offense going. That's a good start to your second half there.
Great start. What was that, 2-3 play drive right there?
Yeah, what, 2 plays?
Get in the end zone.
Yeah, you can't do it much better than that. The defense got things started in the first half for you, so let the offense get things going for you here in the second half. I'm going to do my best not to jinx that yet. I'll mention that when it happens. our PA announcer talking about next week's homecoming. You mean you didn't want to schedule the Senators for homecoming?
Yeah, I don't think they wanted that one for homecoming.
So Tate is set to kick this one off.
I think my senior year of high school, I think we lost homecoming like 55-7 or something like that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I didn't want to go out after that.
Hey, we're going to get another return here, Kemian, from the 4.
Good tackle, Jordan.
What a play. Thomas in on that tackle. Good to see my guy, Mr. Doug Bjork, in the chat, watching the ball game, getting a little scouting for his son Andrew for next week. I bet Andrew's watching as well. And Andrew had a great game last night. Got to be excited. It's not often as a sophomore you get to throw and shuck a guy like Charlie Collins off of you to score a touchdown. So, Andrew excited about how things went last night. Big hole up the middle here for Vilonia. And that was somebody went down hard on that play for Robinson.
Darnell Clark.
So, yeah, Darnell Clark is the injured Senator. I think that's two out of 3 of us, so I'll take y'all's eyes over mine. Although this is not me complaining, because we are blessed to be in the press box we're in over at Maumelle. You can't beat it. Although you guys at Robinson have got a fantastic setup as well. Nice. But we're way up there at Maumelle. I don't know if you've been over there because y'all did some games out there.
I was about to say, and then I coach Little League football for the Maumelle Hornets, so I'm over there quite often.
Okay, yeah, that press box.
That press box is nice.
We were talking about that yesterday in our pregame show. It's amazing what they've done. Give PCSSD a lot of credit. Obviously the football facility, baseball, softball facilities at Robinson, the new middle school. I know we want a new gym at Robinson. We'd love to have a new arena over there at some point, but the facility upgrades have been amazing. But Maumelle has been in need for a while. We've been blessed to have that great press box, but to be out there right now with baseball and softball fields being behind it, the track being built, the new indoor, it looks like a small college out there right now. It's pretty impressive.
It's beautiful out there.
And the Senators all over him in the backfield here.
Number 11, Caleb Doucette was the first one there.
I think Swede may have gotten a hand in there as well early on. And so give him maybe a yard or 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. They've switched quarterbacks, by the way.
Like a new quarterback.
Yeah, that's number 4 in the game.
Big 3rd down right here.
Yeah, 4 in there right now does not look to have quite the arm talent that Massey had, at least not on this first throw we've seen from him. And if you're handcuffed, if Vilonia ends up handcuffed and one-dimensional and only able to run the ball, it's definitely going to be a long second half. We'll see. He's going to throw it here. Wants the screen. He's got his man caught.
Good tackle.
Yeah, good tackle in space at the 36-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 4th and about a yard here. Vilonia's not hesitated to punt in these situations, but now down 29-0. We'll see what they decide to do.
It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field on this 4th down.
Big call here. You don't get it, and give Robinson a short field to work with.
Ball spotted at the 37, line to gain is the 38.
So it's 4th down and a yard.
Yeah, I expect to see the Senators play some tight coverage. I see those corners. Well, it looked like they were going to play a little press.
And now timeout as Vilonia wants to talk about it. The play clock was running down.
This guy was trying to get him to reset the clock. And they weren't this side judge over here. But they weren't doing it. So now they were in timeout.
You know, this is why I love the and I know the name is right because I heard the PA announcer say it. But this is what I love about SB Live. And now, look, my good buddy Kyle Sutherland, this is all, you know, the coaches and the teams are tasked with entering this information typically. And so when you come to rosters on SB Live, it's kind of funny. But Hunter Wells, the current quarterback for Vilonia, is listed as a center.
Number 4?
They have him listed as a center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. So Wells has got it, and he lost it in the backfield, and that's going to be Robinson football at the 35-yard line. Great job there as the defense forces the turnover. Well, the fumble is recovered by Vilonia, but it'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be Robinson football at the 35-yard line.
That's a good way not to break right there on that 4th down. Get that Vilonia Eagles team off the field on 4th down. See if we can go out here and get some more points on the board.
The Vilonia fans have seemingly started to head for the exits. Either that or they're all in front of the concession stands over there because the stands have emptied quite a bit here in this one. And again, this is a far cry from Austin Myers, I believe, was the quarterback here a couple years ago that he ended up at UCA, right? Yeah. Now Murphy's got it, fakes the handoff. A little pancake in the middle, going deep, got his man out there. That's Coleman. And nobody, I don't know, did they not know who wanted to catch it? I think Coleman just kind of stopped running, it looked like. And we got a penalty on the field. And it'll be a hold on the Senators, so it wouldn't have mattered if he'd have chased it down anyway. Okay. Hey, it looked good. Just kidding. It wasn't a pancake. It was a hold. It was an illegal pancake. Prescott leads Junction City at the end of the 3rd quarter, 49-7. I'm apparently on that Twitter thread because I get that score update for Prescott all the time. They'll hand this one up the middle. A little seam for Abrams as he's wrapped up and taken down. A gain of maybe 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down at about 17.
Yeah, Abrams tried to fight for a couple extra yards right there on that one, but defense did a good job of stopping them right there.
Man, you want to talk about a crazy schedule. I was sitting here looking at the Vilonia schedule. No wonder why they got homecoming next week. That's their home going. They get BB, and then they go on the road for the rest of the season. That's homecoming and senior night all in one. They're at Watson Chapel, at Whitehall, at Maumelle, and at Mills to end their season.
They're doing some traveling.
Murphy low snap, picks it up, got his man on the little curl route out at the 35-yard line.
I think you'd like to see a little more zip on some of Murphy's throws out there.
Who was that on that catch? Is that Clark?
Looks like number 8, Tatum Hayes.
Okay.
It's hard to see from over here.
Yeah, I can't tell that number. Once they get bunched up like that, it makes it really difficult. So 3rd down and about 9 here for the Senators. Murphy looks left, wanted the screen, caught by Tank, and he is met. Ball's on the ground, and they're going to rule it incomplete.
Yeah, it don't look like he had possession of the ball on that one.
Well, now, if this official is calling it down by contact, there's no way. Okay, they're going to call that incomplete. This official over here was saying down, but like he was pointing like he was down. Like that was not a catch. So now it'll be 4th down for the Senators and see what they decide to do. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like they've been trying to air the ball out a little bit more in the 2nd half.
So 8 seconds to snap this. Murphy's got it. Have to chip the rushing in. Now Murphy taking off, in trouble, throws it up, got his man back there, runs underneath it, makes the catch. If he's inbounds, let's see what the call is. No,
caught it incomplete.
Out of bounds, as they're going to say. He came down out of bounds, and that would have been a heck of a play, though, by the Senators if they could have connected.
That was a great effort right there by Caleb Jones. It's a great job of improvising as well by Quinn Murphy right there, too.
You know, and that's another part of his game that he's, again, if he could just get himself into rhythm. And this is it's been a little bit of maybe a little slight regression from his sophomore to his junior year. But, that's a big part of his game, his ability to be creative and extend a play, and unfortunately just couldn't get it in bounds there. Still got Wells in at quarterback as he looks to throw left. That one's wide of its mark and get a PI. Pass interference here. Didn't even have to do it. Looks like
I don't think that ball was catchable. It looked like he threw it in the dirt.
Unless we're going to get a hold. Let's see what the call is. Either way, it's going to be on the Senators. And he's going to be PI, so defensive pass interference is the call on the Senators. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty and a first down for Vilonia. And that's what you don't want to do is commit senseless penalties in a game 15-yard penalty out to the 49-yard line, but in a game where you're on the verge of getting to the sportsmanship rule. So they'll stack trips here to the near side of the field on 1st and 10. Bobbled the snap, throws it out to the left side.
Wrap him up.
And didn't make the tackle, going to fall forward. And I tell you what, Ford looks like he's throwing a shot put out there or something when he throws it. He catches it, he just tosses it out of there with two hands almost. It is not the greatest looking passing for him.
Man, I don't even see Massey on the sideline.
Wells, they'll hand it up the middle and stacked up after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Going to be 3rd and short here for the Eagles. Powell as well as Campos in on that tackle for the Senators. So 3rd down and a yard for the Eagles. Senators coming again. They're going to get the first down, though. Across the 40, down to the 36-yard line. They're spotted at the 35. That'll be a first down for the Eagles. Well, for a one-dimensional offense, it's a good-looking drive for Vilonia so far.
They're putting a pretty good drive together right now. I'd like to see Robinson get a stop, though, and get these guys out the field.
Now Wells, design quarterback run to the left side. This one goes nowhere. No gain on the play to bring up 2nd and 10.
I like Ian Dietz.
Well, Ian Dietz is one of those young men. I love calling games for Ian as well. He was a lot of fun last year, and got to see him a little bit, of course, in the benefit game. But Ian's a fun ball player, and he will hit you.
Yeah, he will. Him and Tank Reeves make a pretty good linebacker duo.
Now they'll hand this one up the middle. Room to run. Breaking tackles, and he's going to be close to another first down. They're down around the 26-yard line. He's going to be, looks like a yard shy of a first down, maybe a half yard shy.
Yeah, Robinson is delivering the pop. They're just not wrapping those guys up and taking them to the ground.
Now they'll go right back to it. This time the Senators are in the backfield. They cut him short of the first down.
Tank Reese said, let me have a try at it.
It'll be a 2-yard loss as they'll go back to the 27-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 2 for the Eagles. Maybe a long 1. Wells trying to get the Senators to jump off sides. They do not oblige. Wells gets the play call. And a false start. Unless they got a timeout. They did. They're going to give Vilonia a timeout before that. So timeout Eagles here with 5:29 left in the third. Your Senators lead it 29-0. And again, we thank you guys for joining us for Robinson football on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC. Really excited to have the folks over at Everett as a sponsor on our stream this year, and we hope that they'll continue into basketball season. But again, if you're looking for an opportunity to help sponsor our streams, obviously we share a large percentage of our ad or sponsorship revenue goes back to PCSSD and to our schools. So your support of student athletes through the Natural State Sports and Pulaski County Special School District Sports Network does support your student athletes right here at Robinson High School. So Vilonia on 4th and a yard. Wells got it, picks it up, and what in the world was that? That ball slipped right out of his hands. That's an incomplete pass, and I think he's going to have to go back to the two-handed shot put throw. That ball slipped right out of his hands. We've seen that a couple times. Quentin had one like that earlier in the game as well. It is a hair more humid than it's been. It was in the mid-90s today, so maybe the ball's a little extra slick down there tonight. So turnover on downs. The Senators will take over here at the 22-yard line. Sorry, 27-yard line. So Murphy will have Knowlton in the backfield in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Single set to the – and a nice block by Knowlton. And that's going to be a hold. It was too good of a block. Now Murphy, he's going to escape. Murphy just needs to slide. I know he doesn't know there's a holding penalty behind him, but he uses that speed to get out across midfield. And I don't know if they got 7 or 77 on that hold, but I know Knowlton initially made a really good block on the blitzing backer, but it looked like he had a fistful of jersey as well.
Yeah, he tried to make a pickup on that blitz right there, but he might have did a little too much grabbing.
It looks like by the reaction of the offensive lineman, I think it's on an offensive lineman. So they'll walk this one off. 10 yards will make it 1st and 20 for the Senators. So the offense going the wrong direction here. Vilonia showing blitz. They're bringing it. Senators pick it up. Got a man, one-on-one. Throws it off his hands. Couldn't bring it in, and that's a tough one as Knowlton had that one just across the 50, but could not haul that one in, and it's going to be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to adjust to catch that ball, but the defender was right there as well.
That's another one from Quentin. It's just a hair off. Just enough that you can't really catch a receiver in stride. He had to kind of slow up for it and gave the defensive back time to get back and just get in the way a little bit. So 2nd and 20.
Yeah, I think that's been the issue with a couple of his throws tonight. He's putting a little too much air under there and giving the DBs a chance to recover.
Now looking left, picks up the block, trying to get away from the pressure. Now he's in trouble. Throws a stiff arm at a guy, spins off of a tackler, breaks another one, going to be out of bounds up at the 20. Looks like the 25-yard line. He might have got 8 yards out of the play. It's actually kind of impressive he got 8 out of that. It'll be 3rd down and about 13 now. So clock running here. We're down to, well, not running anymore after the out of bounds, but 5:02 on our game clock in the 3rd quarter. Murphy gets the snap, looking left, pump fake. Oh, he wanted it. Wasn't there. Now looking for some help. He's going to throw it up. That ball's wobbly, coming back for it. Fight for it. Couldn't come down with it. There's another one that was thrown short of the man. And that'll bring up a 4th down. The punting unit will come on the field for the Senators. It wasn't intended for Darnell Clark, and he couldn't get the best of the defensive back down there.
Like number 4 down there doing a little chirping.
Snap to Tate. Left-footed kick. Bounces once, and that'll take a Senator roll across the 40. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So 4:48 to go here in the 3rd. And the Senator defense back out on the field again. I do miss my cushion chairs from Maumelle. These are starting to wear on me a little bit.
Say, sound like they got y'all pretty spoiled over there.
Actually, we haven't been there in so long, and Tyler hadn't even been there at all. And Wells, he'll hand this one up in the middle, pushing the pile forward. They're going to get about 6 out to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 4 here for the Eagles. Now Wells, he'll hand it again right up the left side. Couldn't get the ankle tackle, and now the Senators do get him.
Number 4, Michael Hayes.
They have lost a yard on the play, back to the 44-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 now. And he pulled it out of the belly of the running back. He should have gave it to him. Wells has met. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Well, like a host of Senators on the stop right there.
And Vilonia to their backup quarterback here in the second half. Massey started the game, played the entire first half, but he took a beating on a few of those drives, and not sure what the issue with him is. We didn't see anything specific injury-wise, but he has not come out in the second half. So 4th and 5. Wells got it, looking right, throws it, got his back, nice tackle.
Strong tackle.
Guess who?
Tank Reese.
So Tank Reese makes the tackle, gets the stop. Another turnover on downs for the Eagles, and the Senator offense will come back out on the field at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Tank Reese is having a pretty strong game tonight, making some good tackles out there, and then he turned around and had a receiving touchdown on offense.
Yeah, Tank quickly making a name for himself for player of the game tonight. He'll get a break on this possession.
Yeah, he's been one of my favorite players to watch so far this season for Robinson.
He's not afraid to hit you, that's for sure.
Not at all.
So Murphy gets it, and he'll hand it up the middle. Nice little cut there by Thomas. Thomas being stood up at the 41-yard line, so give him 4 on the play as Vilonia keeps ripping at it. Now some extracurriculars going on, and to your point a minute ago, Wells is still chirping out there.
Yeah, and it's at the point where in the game where you don't have to say too much. You just look and point at the scoreboard.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 here. 2:19 left here in the third. They just reset it. Yeah, they're going to reset the play clock. Murphy gives it away. Thomas, left side.
Good strong block right there. Oh, they're going to call it a crackback block.
I'm not sure about that call.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty clean block right there.
The block was by Michael King, and I'm with you. I didn't think that was a penalty.
Yeah, that looked clean.
We'll see our delay look at it, but it looked like a very clean block. I think they should pick this flag up, but they're not going to. Okay.
Partial. It was close to not being 42 couldn't see him. That's
I'm not. Well, I struggle. I struggle with that one. I mean, I've seen some way worse ones, obviously, that I could see being called, but.
Yeah, I've been on the end of some of those, and it's not fun at all.
That one was clean within the play, it seemed like, and it did, and it wasn't like just a really brutal hit either.
Yeah, looked like he squared up and gave him a chance.
Either way, 2nd down and 20. Come out throwing as Coleman makes the catch at midfield. Gives a little stiff arm to grab a couple extra yards as he's up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, it look like a couple of these Vilonia players are too busy trying to talk to these guys on the sideline instead of playing.
We'll spot this at the 47. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Senators. Well, fakes it, looking over the middle. Murphy now got to scramble. His pressure's coming behind him. Fills it, throws it. Don't ever want to do that as he threw it across his body. Intercepted by the Eagles. A big tackle at the 20. I think that was Wells, and Wells is banged up. Was that Tank that tackled him?
No,
it was Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, he delivered a nice shot.
Well, they may be to their 3rd quarterback as Wells is not getting up. Wells took a shot on the return of that interception, and Quentin Murphy committed the cardinal sin there. You never throw back across your body, and honestly, I don't know why Quentin just didn't take off with that.
Yeah, he had plenty of room. He could have picked up some yards if he just took off running over there. I don't think he knew that defensive end was chasing him down like that either, though.
Yeah, looking at the delay we had on it, if he takes off, he gets 10 yards pretty easily there. Wells is up. Noticeable limp as he tries to get himself off the field here. Yeah, curious to see who the 3rd guy is under center for Vilonia. It's going to be number 12, it looks like. Oh, no, sorry, that's a 42. So we'll see. This should get interesting. 1:06 left in the 3rd. Okay,
yeah, it looks like it's number 6.
Again, I don't know that this is correct or not. But 6, according to this, would be Tristan Wyatt. Wyatt's got it, hands it off, and the Senators, boy, you think the Senators knew they were coming after that one. They sold out for the run on that play.
Good strong tackle by Lennox Campos. Tried to deliver a stiff arm, but he said no.
Now, Campos is a big, solid kid as well.
Yeah, he is.
Wyatt going to get the Senators to jump off sides here. So give them 5 out to the 25.
It sounded like he was going to walk to the sideline. He was going to check himself out of the game after that penalty.
Now fake the handoff. Oh, pressure coming and thrown down in the backfield again.
Nick Abrams with the tackle for loss. And I really like this Senator defense. Those guys fly to the ball every play. No matter who's out there, though, you're always going to see some guys flying to the ball.
So that takes us back nearly to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, 9.5 just about here. And Vilonia going to be content with taking this one to the 4th quarter. Down 29-0. They're going to run the last 10 seconds off the clock. And that'll do it. So after 3 quarters of play, your Senators lead this one 29-0. Join us right here on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC for our 4th quarter.
It's natural to be concerned with our kids' safety, but when they're riding the school bus, we shouldn't have to be. Illegally passing a school bus puts our children's lives at risk. That's why Everett is joining area schools to promote the Flashing Red Kids Ahead safety program. School bus safety is everyone's responsibility. Do your part. Always stop when you see the flashing red lights of a school bus. Children's lives depend on it. Remember, flashing red, kids ahead.
All right, we are back and set for our fourth quarter here from Vilonia. Senators lead at 29-0. We got a 3rd down and 10. Left-handed quarterback throws this one up and tipped away at the last second. Good play. Oh, we got a late flag. Did he hit him out? I looked away. Did he hit him on the way out of bounds? Or are they calling PI?
I don't know. I don't understand that one.
Boy. Yeah, they're calling PI. I'm not sure about that. Just again, looking at our replay of that or delay of that, that's sure looked like good coverage. But that's a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for Vilonia.
Yeah, I don't know about that PI call. That was a little questionable.
All right, so 1st and 10, Vilonia. They'll hand this one. Senators were all over him, but he breaks free out across the 45. Enough for another 1st down for the Eagles here. Again, if you're Senators here, you can pretty well just sell out on the run. High snap. Wyatt's got to keep it, and he's got some speed around the right side. There's some quickness in them legs. He's going to be about a half-yard shy of a 1st down, so it'll be 2nd down and a yard as Senators trying to make some substitutions. We'll see if they can get guys off the field, and they do. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage. And now they're saying 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Eagles with 11:30 to go in the ball game. And they'll hand this one up. No, kept it. I think that's Wyatt to the right side. And again, showing that speed. In Vilonia all the way to their 3rd string quarterback. Their starter didn't come back for the 2nd half. And then on an interception, Wells was banged up after making an interception on defense. So he came out. Now they're to this lefty. I believe his last name is Wyatt. High snap, brings it down, and met in the backfield. Ian Dietz right there on him at the 40-yard line.
And it's Campos and Ian Dietz on the stop. Yeah, this defense is playing hard tonight. They're trying to pitch a shutout.
So 3rd down and 7. 8.
Got an empty set.
It'll be a false start. We'll back him up another 5, make it 3rd down and 13.
Wonder if we'll see him make a pass attempt on this long 3rd down play right here.
Yeah, he only made, what, 1 pass attempt? And that was the PI. Throws it left-handed, so a little awkward coming out of there initially. They will throw it. Wyatt, pressure coming, in trouble, gets away from it. Takes off up the field, slides, and a good job there by the Senators to avoid a penalty. And it'll bring up a 4th down as he got the penalty yardage back. It'll be 4th down and 8. Got a few extra officials in our stands tonight. Wyatt looking to his right, rolling that way. Wants to throw. Throws it up. He got his man. Wow, what a play. Did a great job to keep that one alive. And 1st down, Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like pretty strong coverage initially, but you know, those extended plays, it's really hard to stay on the receiver for that long.
Wyatt, they'll go back to the hand. No, Wyatt kept it, trying to go to the right side. I believe that's Dietz in there again. Dietz and Campos again. So 2nd down and 9 here. Clock running down to 9:38 left in the ball game. Senators leading 29-0. Wyatt, quick throw. Caught, pushed out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. So it'll be about a 5-yard gain on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Just about to tick under 9 minutes left in the ball game. Wyatt couldn't get the handoff after the high snap. He's dancing around back there, and he is taken down.
Slippery.
Dietz back there again. Boy, Ian Dietz is living back there on number 6.
Yeah, like him and Chase Sweet got back there to the quarterback.
So another 4th down and 7. We'll see if Vilonia can convert another one. Wyatt did a good job extending the play last time to get the 4th down conversion. They're trying to avoid the shutout while this Senator defense wants to keep it intact. Wyatt looking to his left. He's got to roll that way. Dietz chasing him. Dietz trying to get to him. He's not going to be able to. Taking off up the middle across the 5. Met there. Wrapped up. And now picked up and going to be, well, now the pile's going to move forward inside the 5. And down to the 4. The Senator hit the turf hard on the backside. I think that's Dietz, actually. No, it's not Dietz. It's Swede. Another 4th down conversion for Vilonia. And if our Senators want to keep this shutout intact, they're going to have to stand tall here on this goal line opportunity for Vilonia.
Yeah, I want to see him bend and not break on this one. Yeah, I see they got the big guys out there now. Number 76, Nick Billups. Number 78, Ryan Nolan.
A low snap. They'll get it away. 41 to the right side. He is submarined at the 2. Ball may have come out. They're going to say he was down, though. Roll him down at the 1-yard line and bring up 2nd down and goal. And now we got a whistle, stops play, and a timeout for the Senators.
Their 2nd timeout of the night.
So 6:56 left in this one, and defense trying to stand tall and hold on to this shutout here. And it's got to be difficult, though, on the defense. They've been out there a lot of plays tonight. The offense has struggled at times, and so defense has really had to kind of carry the water here, especially late part of the 2nd half. And so some tired legs out there, some guys a little out of position at times. It's allowed Vilonia to convert a couple of big 4th downs. And you know, how hard is it, too, to go against the 3rd-string guy, a guy who really isn't a quarterback. You can tell out there he's just an athlete with the ball in his hands. And
he's
so
probably a guy that didn't show up on the scout report at all, too. And I think you can compliment some of that to Vilonia upping the tempo here in the 2nd half. They've been trying to go quick tempo and get these guys off balance. So it's been working pretty much this half. They've been able to move the ball.
Let's see if they just go right to 41. Senators trying to run somebody off the field at the last second. Not sure if they did. It doesn't matter because Vilonia is going to get across the goal line. And now we got a late flag. And I think they're ruling him short. They did. They ruled him short. And we've got a penalty. So neither official's giving us a touchdown sign. And it is not a touchdown. He is shy. I don't know that he could get any closer without being in. But he is short of the end zones here. Now we'll see what the penalty is because this could be huge. Post play, if it's a penalty on Vilonia, you go from being, well, now Vilonia walking off like it's a touchdown. And it is a touchdown, so they do change it. They do get together. It's a touchdown, Eagles. So Vilonia avoids the shutout, and we're still waiting for what the penalty was. It looks like it's on Robinson as they're trying to discuss when they're going to accept the penalty. Face mask, okay. So it's going to be a face mask on the Senators.
Like they're back to the second string quarterback.
Oh, Wells is out there. Is he a kicker?
Yeah, I believe he's the one that scored a touchdown.
Oh, what?
Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed him being back in the game. So Vilonia will, obviously they'll go for 2 here. Going for 1 doesn't do any good. Yeah, they said they declined it. Even the PA announcer announced that they declined it. Wells is back in. He runs it up the middle. 2-point conversion's good. And with 6:51, well, Wells is really fortunate he wasn't called for unsportsmanlike right there. I'm not sure who the Senator is over here who was frustrated in the play. I think he felt like there was a penalty. Wells walked right up to him and put the football in his hand, put it in his face and then handed it to him. And the official was standing right there. I'm really surprised Wells wasn't called for something right there.
Yeah, it looked like number 11, Doucette, Caleb Doucette. Yeah. I don't really see a reason for that. You're down 29-8. You don't have too much to celebrate about outside of not being shut out.
Yeah, that's about all. Maybe he said goose egg on the scoreboard before that. So
yeah.
he reminded him that they scored 8. I don't know. Hey, it's the little wins in life, man.
Yeah, that one's real little.
When
you said we got on the board for something.
When you're 0 for on the season,
yeah,
you take what you can get.
Yeah, I was gonna say you take what you can get. You just happy to get in the end zone. Like you're setting up for an onside right here.
An update as they head to the 4th quarter down in Sheridan. Sylvan Hills is taking down trails 27-16. That onside kick's not going to go 10 yards. It rolls out of bounds at around the 49. That'll draw the flag. That quick update. Sheridan scored 13 unanswered in the 3rd quarter to take a 27-16 lead as that game heads to the 4th. So Sylvan Hills got some work to do trying to pick up their first win of the season. So Murphy will bring his offense onto the field, and I tell you, I know we've kind of harped on it a little bit, but if you ever want to find time to get a little rhythm going to get you some confidence on the offense going into a big matchup next Friday night, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Game is already pretty much intact. You still want to get some momentum heading into next week, though.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks would probably get upset if the team comes out throwing the ball in this situation, but Vilonia's still trying to come back and win a football game, and if you're Robinson, you're trying to gain a little momentum and build some rhythm as they hand this one off the left side. That's a strong run, breaking tackles off to the races inside the 30, right, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6 as Nick Abrams scores from 49 yards out.
That's a nice, strong run right there. He never gave up on that play, kept those legs turning to get in the end zone. He's had a pretty strong season this far. I know he scored a touchdown in every game they played this season.
There was a game earlier in the year where he was pretty much everything, I think. It was.
I know when they played PA, he had the pick 6 for a touchdown. Then he had an onside kick return for a touchdown.
Snap bobbled by Murphy as it was high. And he's got to try to take off with it, running up the middle. Back to the 5. We've got a penalty on the play, probably in the area of holding.
That's one of those plays where you yell fire.
Yeah. As we await the announcement of the call here. Both teams staying on the field like we're going to try this again. Well, it's an unsportsmanlike on the Senators. So why are we kicking it again?
I'm a little confused right now. I didn't even see what happened. Did you?
No, it was in the middle of the play. I thought, like Tyler did, I thought it was a hold. Why are we re-kicking? And they didn't step anything off. Like if this was an unsportsmanlike against Robinson, shouldn't we be walking 15? Are they going to try to do it on the – well, then how do you still get to kick the extra point? Okay. So the extra point is up and good.
I guess that's why we announced the games and we're not refs because I don't know what's going on.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. Either way, Senators lead it now with 6:39 to go in the ballgame, 36-8. I guess, yeah. Like Tyler said, maybe this was on Vilonia because they're kicking from the 40, so no changes there. Yeah, maybe they moved it a half a yard over here. I wonder if it was one of those. He didn't call it offsetting. He called it one way, but I wonder if it's. Yeah, pointed straight at us, and I wonder if it's that was that elevation play where you jump off of another lineman to get more more height. That is an unsportsmanlike call. I wonder if that's what the call was. Doesn't matter. 36-8 your score right now, and they'll kick this one off. Another returnable ball from just outside the 10. Across the 30, 35, 40. Got a big hole, and Tate's there to make the tackle at midfield.
You never want to let that be the guy to take you down, the kicker.
Yeah. And as a kicker, you're like, man, I've been punching it through the end zone. Now I got to make a tackle?
Right.
I'm going to kick it through the end zone the rest of the time. I don't want to do that. Oh, is that the freshman kicker? Oh, that's his brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's William Tate.
That's what I thought. He looked a little smaller. That's maybe why I came up a little short of the end zone.
They're not quite as strong as big brothers.
Yeah. It is refreshing to see some teams with kickers, though. I will say that. We've struggled with it at Maumelle this year. Mills has got a good kicker, though, surprisingly, for the first time in Cortez Lee's career. And Dietz again. That wasn't Dietz. That was Swede on that play, I think. No, it was Dietz. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. And they have gone away from – they went back to 6 at quarterback. So 2nd and 10, Vilonia, no hurry here with 6 minutes to go in the ballgame, trailing 36-8. They want to throw it, rolling to his right, and going to be drugged down. Broke it. No, he does not get drugged down. Breaks the tackle.
Good
and
tackle.
He was in a dangerous situation there as he cut back up the middle. A couple of Senators are ready to lay a hat on him, and he may be banged up. He's up better for it, but I'll bring up a 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, number 29, Josh Smith, delivered a nice little blow right there.
Now the snap looking left. Throws this one tipped and nearly intercepted. But
Preston could have had an interception if he had his head on the swivel.
Crusterson's another one that I'm excited about. I remember seeing him late last year as a freshman when he played up towards the end of the year. And we called his name a lot late in the season last year. So Crusterson's a young man that's got a bright future as well here for Robinson. So punt team out. It's Coleman and Thomas go back deep. And safe punt set up here. It's a good snap. No pressure as they get this kick out. It's a good kick. Good hang time on this one. Senators will not try to catch it. It'll take a Senator bounce this time as it rolls back towards the 40 at the 39-yard line. That's where the Senator offense will take over here in the fourth with 5:06 left in the ballgame. See if Robinson sends the starting offensive unit back out there.
Looks like Murphy's going back out there.
And again, to the point we've been making, this is just still trying to give your offense a chance to get some rhythm.
And they've shown glimpses here and there during the game, but you want to be a little more consistent, especially in that passing game.
So Murphy will have Knowlton in the backfield with him. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Murphy keeps it. Has a pitch man out there. Instead, he's going to use a stiff arm and lowers his shoulder and tackled by number 24 out at the 35-yard line. So give him 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Actually, looks like he got 6, so second and 4. Chase Swede comes off the field, looks rather exhausted. Now Murphy, pitch play, trying to go left, cuts back the other way, looking for some help, making guys miss in the backfield. Can he make every Eagle miss? He can't.
You got to get what you can get right there.
And Caleb Jones was going to try to be a one-man show on that one. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of dancing back there. He made a couple guys miss, but they ended up bottling him up back there in the backfield.
So it's a big loss all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Looking at 3rd and 12.
It looks like 3rd down and 12 here. Clock running under 4 minutes to go. 3:54 left in this one. And now whistles and a timeout Robinson as the play clock was running down. It's more of those pre-snap issues. It's not getting the play in time. So 36-8 ball game, but I can promise you Coach Escola is going to sit down and watch the film of this one, and they're going to find plenty to work on here to keep trying to clean up as they work their way through the back half of their 5A Central schedule.
Yeah, I will give the Senators credit. It seems like they've cleaned up pretty much, heading into each week. They've cleaned up the play a little bit more every week, but you still want to stay ahead of those mental lapses and things like that, because they seem to shoot themselves in the foot a lot with false starts.
Boy, El Dorado found some offense in that ball game. They've tied it up at 35 in the 4th. And this is an interesting score. I might have to pull up the BB live stream. Pine Bluff leads BB 20-14. That game showing to be in the 4th quarter. Now Murphy looking to his right. Got to get out of the pocket as they're coming. Got away. Looking to throw. Wants to throw it deep into coverage again. That one, fortunate really for him that it came up short.
Well, like Murphy's down.
Oh, Murphy is banged up back around the 20. I missed. They're working on the left leg this time.
I think that's one of those tricky situations for Coach. You want to kind of leave those guys out there to get some, try and get this offense on schedule for the next few games, but you also you want to avoid injuries too.
Well, now they're looking at the other knee. I feel like they've looked at both knees here.
He's going to need a good ice bath tonight.
No doubt. So pulled up the BB Badger stream over here. BB's got the ball. 2:25 to go in that game, down 20-14. Now Murphy up. He's going to limp off the field. He looks okay. So 4th down, punt team will come out. We got 3:29 to go in this one. Good snap. Vilonia came after it. Kick is a good one. Going to get a Senator roll. Picked up, though, by Wells. Wells breaks it free at the 30, across the 35. Going to be tackled, lost the ball. Senators picked it up. Looking for the scoop and score. They will not be able to run it back, but it'll be Senator football inside the 30.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I saw somebody give a peanut punch over there, and that ball popped out.
Boy, it looks like Pine Bluff is going to survive. BB had a 4th and 4 with an opportunity. He had a guy open to convert, and then quarterback missed him. So Pine Bluff going to take over in that game, leading 20-14 with 2:13 left. You talk about a week of upsets. Talk about Mills and Pine Bluff maybe looking ahead to that matchup. That's going to be one heck of a matchup down in Pine Bluff next week. Maybe both them teams were looking ahead because, of course, Mills loses last night to Maumelle. Pine Bluff getting everything they can handle from BB tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup next week. We got a couple of exciting games next week.
So Campos in the game as he'll hand this one away. That is Campos, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 18 Campos.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Murphy's done for the night.
Yeah, he should be. I know they were trying to work on some things, but second time going down, that's enough. You've seen enough there. So clock running under 3 to go, 2:50. Campos will hand this one away to Thomas. Thomas dancing around to the right side. And he's going to be close to a first down. I think he's about a yard or two short. Yeah. So Campos got 8 to snap it. He does get it off. Fumbles the ball. Falls down on it. We'll say a big thanks to our presenting sponsor tonight, Everett Buick GMC. Discover the Everett difference at everettbgmc.com. And thanks to them, make sure you go visit our friends over at Everett if you're in the market to buy a new vehicle. Of course, Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home, sponsors of our halftime show. We appreciate the folks over at Akel's for being a big part of Natural State Sports and as well as the PCSSD Sports Network. So final minute 20 of this one. That's Campos. And we got whistles stopping play. I'm not sure. We got a flag down way over here at the 11. There's a delay of game. So Senators scuffling their way to the final whistle here. With 1:10 to go in the ball game. I think at this point, if you're Robinson, just take a knee if Vilonia will let you. Tank Reese coming back out onto the field. Now, Campos gives it away. That's Thomas. Thomas making some moves. And on the 4th down play, He's going to come up short of a first down, so it'll be a turnover on downs back to Vilonia. The game that would never end. We got a minute 3 left here in this ball game. Vilonia going to get one more chance on offense.
Yeah, this last 3 minutes of this game has been pretty long.
You know, last night I commented at the end of our game that it was the longest victory formation setup I'd ever seen. We had penalty after penalty as Mills tried everything to swat the ball out on the snaps, and it took us forever to get 3 kneel downs at the end of that ball game.
Yeah, I wish they had just run this ball so we can get out of here.
Yeah. Minutes ago after the incomplete pass. Again, we talked about how much we're trying to find rhythm. This is a Vilonia offense that struggled, and now you got a third-string quarterback who you might have to rely on. Instead, they do hand it right up the middle. Give him 2. They will have to snap it one more time at least. And say thanks to the folks at Vilonia for the hospitality and great visitors press box over here. It was a pleasure to call a game here in Vilonia.
Yeah, it was. Been a minute since I've been in Vilonia.
Now, calling a game in their basketball arena, a little different story.
Yeah.
Some tight, friendly confines for our broadcast crews over there.
Yeah, basketball season's right around the corner, too, huh?
Boy, don't get me started. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Maumelle is loaded. I hate to sit here and talk about Maumelle on the Robinson Sports Network, but, man, they've got a couple guys ranked in the top 10 at their position in the country. I got an open guy here at the 35-yard line. That's number 24. Makes a couple guys miss. He's off to the races. Across midfield, breaks another tackle, cuts back across the 40, down to the 38-yard line where he's finally caught and taken down. And I think the Senators may have another injured player. Does get up slowly.
Yeah, I think his feelings were just hurt that he missed that tackle. I don't think he was hurt.
So 23 seconds, clock counting. Senators trying to get a guy off the field. He's technically not. That's a penalty if they want to throw it. Instead, they throw it up over the middle. 24 again. Getting some work as he's down to the 20-yard line. 10 seconds.
Is that Christian
McCaffrey? And Vilonia's going to call a timeout here. Wow, that's interesting.
With 10 seconds left?
With 10 seconds. I mean, you take confidence wherever you can get it, I suppose. Tyler makes a good point. I know you can't hear him, but I'll reiterate. The effort out of Vilonia is impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to be down 36-8 in what is basically a lost season for Vilonia, you lose this one. And obviously we talked about that schedule. They go on the road after next week. They're on the road to finish the year out. And so you want to see this effort. You only got 2 more opportunities to play in front of your home crowd anyway, so give Vilonia a lot of credit. We may not like this timeout. We want to get out of here and go home. But I know those Vilonia coaches are loving to see the effort out of their young men out there on the field right now.
But yeah, like Tyler said, given the score, they've still played pretty hard tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a hard-fought game. Those guys, it hadn't always went the way they wanted it to, but they haven't given up out there.
And they've been outmatched by the physicality of Robinson. You've seen it with some of the, but again, to the point, they've played hard the whole night. He's got him over the middle if he wants him. Throws it up there.
He had a guy in the back of the end zone over there too.
We still got
wide open.
5 seconds on the clock. I think 7 actually turned into more of a defender there. He had to swat it out of the hands of our Senator in the backfield back there. So 5 seconds left. Maybe this is it.
I hope so.
This is what I get for hoping for sportsmanship rule games. They do this to me every time. They'll try to throw. Wants to throw the fade. Back in the end zone. Got his man and caught. Touchdown at the buzzer for Vilonia. Wow, what a throw and catch. That's something to work on if you're Vilonia.
Yeah,
you got to like that on tape when you go back to film study.
Vilonia said we're not going down without a fight.
And they'll kick the extra point here.
I guess calling that timeout wasn't such a bad idea.
It definitely worked out for him. Good snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. So at the buzzer on this one, Vilonia scores one last time, and that's going to do it. Your final here from Vilonia. Your Robinson Senators win this one. Final score, 36-15. We appreciate you guys joining us here on the Robinson Sports Network and Robinson Senator Football, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC. And Akemian, you got any final thoughts here before we sign off for the evening?
No, it was a good, strong game right here by Robinson. You'd like to see the offense do a little more productive, but the defense played pretty good, especially early on in the game. But you're glad to get out of here with a win and get out of here healthy.
Yeah, I think my thoughts here as we look forward to next week, and I'll be on the other side of things as we get set up for next week and that big matchup between the Maumelle Hornets and the Robinson Senators. But we're going to have a battle next week. We're going to have a defensive battle. It's going to be a physical, hard-hitting game. And the one thing that I take away from this Robinson team that I got to see tonight is what I already knew. They're fast on defense. They're very physical on defense. This is a squad that's going to come up and hit you. They showed that tonight, forcing this Vilonia team all the way down to their third quarterback in a game that they were overmatched in. And so the key next week is going to be, though, as we preached on it all night long, can they get the offense rolling? Can they get that offense moving? It's going to be a tough road to hoe next week. That defensive line for Maumelle is legit. They'll come after you. They can be beat in the secondary at times, but it should be a very, very good matchup. So your Senators improve they stay undefeated 3-0 in 5A Central Conference play with this 36-15 win. That's going to do it for us. For Kristen Henson, Destin Davis, Akemian Parks, as well as Tyler Chenault, I'm Steve Henson, and this has been Senator Football, brought to you by Everett Buick GMC on the Robinson Senator Sports Network.